Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts, the only Indiana high school football show that brings you the week's biggest games wherever you are, so you can catch every jaw-dropping play, every thrilling finish, and all of the gridiron stars of tomorrow. I'm your host, Justin Mack, coming to you live from the IndyStar newsroom, and to my left, like always, my partner in crime, IndyStar Sports insider and editor Matt Gleness, the man with all the answers. How you doing this week, man?
I'm doing good. And we have a loaded slate of games tonight. Week 3 is fantastic when it comes to ranked teams playing ranked teams. We have a bunch to watch tonight. However, we do want to start with the notes just on the passing of longtime Warren Central assistant coach Larry Wilin. 84 years old, had been an assistant coach on 9 state championship football teams for the Warriors. They are dedicating tonight's game against North Central in his honor. Students will be wearing shirts with his T-shirt on it, where he's wearing all 9 of his state championships rings. So here's Kyle Nennerip on a man who meant so much to so many.
So on Wednesday, Larry Wilin, the former Warren Central assistant, passed away at the age of 84. Larry, as if you followed social media at all on Twitter, was a beloved figure in Warren Central, not only as a football coach, but a track coach and a teacher for a long, long time, almost 40 years as a teacher, 55 years as a coach at Warren with the football program, had been around for all 9 state championships, including last year. He was there at Lucas Oil Stadium when the Warriors won their 9th championship. So, a lot of people, Jason Whitlock included, chiming in on how much Larry Wilin meant to them throughout their high school careers and as students. And I've heard from a lot of people voicemails and emails and people just reaching out saying what a father figure Larry was to them, and was definitely, if you saw the guy with the bumblebee, the black and yellow shirt on at the state championship games, that was Larry. And I know probably the most beloved figure, just based on his length of time at Warren Central, passes away Wednesday at age 84. Warren Central will honor him. They were planning to anyway for their game Friday against North Central. They'll have a picture of Larry. The students will be wearing with his picture on the back of those T-shirts. So kind of a neat deal at Warren Friday night, a game that will mean a lot for a lot of reasons out there on the east side. So again, Larry Wilin passes away at the age of 84.
All right, and thanks again to Kyle Nennerip for bringing us that look at Larry Wilin. Again, his legacy will not be forgotten, and his team, his community, and so many others are going to be remembering him tonight and, of course, for many, many years to come. So for this week's action, Matt, we, like you mentioned earlier, have a big set of games. Want to give people a look at what we're going to bring them?
Sure. So we have 9 live-looking games we'll bring to you. There's Avon at HSE, brought to you by the Southwestern Sports Network. Avon is the new #1 team in Class 6A. Hamilton Southeastern also 1-1, or they're 1-1, having a good start to their season. Then, it's courtesy of the CG Trojan, or the CG Gridiron Network, Center Grove at Carmel, the annual Copper Kettle matchup. Again, those are 2 top 10 teams in 6A facing off against each other. Mick rivals, north side, south side, all that good stuff. Then you got Fishers at Noblesville, courtesy of Hamilton County TV. Fishers is ranked as well. They're 2-0, off to a hot start. Greenwood at Martinsville, courtesy of the students at Martinsville High School, MHS Rewind. Martinsville ranked in their class. Greenwood 1-1, coming off a big win over Indian Creek. Then we have Mount Vernon at Greenfield Central, courtesy of Indiana SRN. Mount Vernon, Mike Kirshner's team, 2-0, off to a hot start. Greenfield Central looking to get started. They've lost 15 of they've lost their last 15 games, so going up against a good Mount Vernon team, that's a tough task for them. Another game from Indiana SRN, but this is pay-per-view, so a little bit behind a paywall, but we'll be able to give you some snippets of it. It is Roncalli against #1 Bishop Chatard. They're #1 in Class 3A. They are off to a great start this year. Roncalli stumbling a little bit, but that's a rivalry game. Bishop Chatard will not be looking past Roncalli because they have that big matchup against Cathedral next week. But again, rivals, they're going to be up for that game. Then another really good game, courtesy of the IHSAA Champions Network, Plainfield at Mooresville. Both those teams are 2-0. I expect a lot of points in that game, so that will be a fun one to follow. The MIC Network game of the week that you can watch in its entirety live on IndyStar.com, that's Pike at Ben Davis. Both teams are 0-2. Both teams know that it only gets harder as the mixed season gets on, so they have to get a win. Both of those teams kind of in desperation mode already here in week 3 of the season. And then we have Westfield at Zionsville, courtesy of WHMB TV 40. Both teams are 2-0. Both teams are ranked. This should be a really good game as well. I expect this one to be a little more defensive than that Plainfield-Mooresville game, but what do I know? We'll see what happens.
All right, well, thank you for the breakdown. And again, if you've tuned in to IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts before, you know that the action moves fast and furious, a lot of scores, a one-of-a-kind red zone experience. So as all these games are getting rolled in like we are, let's give you a little more insight so you can be a little more informed as you're hopping back and forth with us. So let's kick it back over to Kyle Neddenrip with 3 things to watch for tonight.
Well, Kyle Neddenrip back here with our 3 things to watch for Friday Night Live. And number 1 is going to be Charlie Spiegel, the new Palestine running back, is only 11 yards from tying Sammy Miralles for the number 1 on the all-time state rushing charts, and 12 from breaking it against Yorktown on Friday night. And it's going to be a fun night. Sammy's going to be out there. They're going to honor Charlie sometime. I don't know if it'll be during or after the game, but Sammy will be there to congratulate him, and should be a fun night out there at New Pal. Shouldn't have too much trouble getting to 12 yards, I wouldn't think, after the big game he had last week against Center Grove. So Charlie Spiegel on track to become the all-time leading rusher in state history. Number 2 is going to be the Lawrence North. I'll be at the Lawrence North-Lawrence Central game at Lucas Oil Stadium on Friday night, and that's going to be big for a lot of reasons. Lawrence North has lost 14 consecutive games to Lawrence Central, going back several years. This is probably their best chance. Lawrence North is 2-0 going into this game. This is the start of MIC play also for both of these teams, the MIC opener. So that'll be an interesting sidelight to that, but it should be a fun night. A lot of this Battle of Lawrence, they'll have middle school games going on beforehand, a youth game beforehand. So this game starts at 8 o'clock, and a big chance for Lawrence North to get off to a 3-0 start too, and they're starting to rise in the state rankings as well. So that should be a good one at Lucas Oil. Number 3, I'd say keep an eye on the Center Grove Carmel game, the Copper Kettle game. Could be the return of Carson Steele from what we've heard this week and last week. He has missed the first 2 games with an injury, but could be back for that game against Carmel. And a big game for another reason. Center Grove 0-2 so far, same way they started last year. Losses to Warren Central and New Pal. And we saw how they got it turned around. They finished 9-4 and came really close to making the state championship game. So I think that's something that could happen again for Center Grove this season. But Carmel comes in 1-1 after that loss to Trinity, and then came back to beat Noblesville last week. So it should be a good one up at Carmel on Friday night as well. So stay tuned for all those things and with our 3 things to watch.
All right, we're actually going to jump right into some live action right now. This is number 1 Avon taking on number 15 Hamilton Southeastern, and Avon already threatening to score here to kick off things on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's take a look.
Grandpa to come along with you. Number 2, cheer for all the kids on the team.
And there you have it, a touchdown to kick things off. First score of the night here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Again, that is number 1 Avon Orioles taking it in with a run right at the 1 to go up 6-0 over the number 15 Hamilton Southeastern Royals. So love to start off with the score here on Friday Night Live. And again, we're going to have that kind of excitement all night long. And before we get rolling, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, Bath Experts. So let's jump into a quick 60-second word from them. Jumping right back into some action. Let's kick it over to the number 3 Carmel Greyhounds taking on the number 9 Center Grove Trojans, and Carmel with possession, and they're marching downfield now. This is brought to us courtesy of the CG Gridiron Network with the action called by Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell, and Rick Embry.
Curry, Center Grove's leading tackler, 16 on the season, 4 for loss of yardage and 1.5 sacks. Only a sophomore. from the gun. Quigley to Downing, squirts through the hole. Starting tonight defensively for the Trojans. Caden Curry, Gage Gosnell, L.J. Weems, Austin Booker on the D-line. Your linebackers, Jackson Schott, Cody Robinson, Gabe Boyd, and in the secondary, Matt Soderdahl, Dane Young, Max Baker, and Brayton Spetter. That's 5 yards for Downing.
You always have to be careful with Carmel. They like the read option where he kind of rides him in there, and then the quarterback will take the ball himself. It's something Center Grove has had a lot of trouble with over the years against Carmel.
3rd and 5. Quigley's throwing down and out. Led his man too much. Made a diving effort. Couldn't quite come up with it. Intended receiver, Zach Gish. He's a senior at 5'9", 160. Brings up 4th and 5. And Coach Hebert appears here on the near sideline, bringing in another unit. One would think the punting unit, but we shall see.
Number 21, Rogers, great athlete. He does some punting for this team. We'll see if they stick him back there. Also, they tell us that he's a top baseball recruit. They say that Vanderbilt has been very interested in him. Let me tell you, if Vanderbilt is interested in you in baseball, that means you're damn good.
He's averaging 38 yards per punt. He's a lefty. And it's going to bounce at around the 15 and goes into the end zone, so it will be a touchback. Center Grove will have it at the 20. So 44 yards on the punt.
All right, we're going to jump back over to Avon, Hamilton Southeastern. This game, of course, 7-0. We just brought you the first score from Avon, that touchdown run, and now Hamilton Southeastern, after a long shot to get it to midfield after starting off deep in their own territory, they're marching down as well. This game brought to us by the Southeastern Sports Network with the action called by Turner Graves and Tyler Groves.
Hobson going ahead and getting the play call from Coach White. Wilson goes in motion. Going to take the hand off. Going to roll out to his left this time. Going to throw it, and that one's a little out in front of Ben Boysen, and that's going to be incomplete.
All right, more action. This is number 10, Westfield Shamrocks, taking on the Zionsville Eagles, courtesy of WHMB TV 40, with the action called by Howard Kelman, you might know as the voice of the Indianapolis Indians, and Todd Mello. Now, it looks like things are already in the red zone here, so we've got more action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's check it out.
Cam Simons, 6'4", 210-pound senior. Patchett running right. I don't think he got it. Run out of bounds at the near sideline.
I think he's going to be a yard short. Maybe less than a yard, but it's close.
Clock stopped again since he was out of bounds with 6:11 to go in the quarter. He did not make it.
I mean, you got to go for it here. You're putting up 45 points a game. They're very explosive. You've got to go for it. Even though you got a good field goal kicker, it's pretty much a guaranteed 3 right here for Westfield. There's a look at Zionsville's sidelines. This is a big defensive stop for the Eagles.
All right, here we go. 4th and less than a yard.
It's a timeout on timeout Westfield.
Let's stay here. Let's do Hussey Mayfield Memorial Library. Hussey Mayfield Memorial Library.
Hussey Mayfield Memorial Public Library.
All right, let's kick it back over to HSC Avon. HSC still with possession and marching, again trying to even up the score after that Avon touchdown to kick things off here on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
Nigel's done a good job.
Hops on the screen pass. Nathan Wolf has room, and he's down, kind of ran into his own lineman there.
Yeah.
What a good play there for the Royals. Good screen pass by Andrew Hobson.
Yeah, it was a throwback screen. Caught Avon on the wrong side of the field, and good run, good catch and good run by Nate Wolf, and good blocking by the offensive line out in front there. Isaiah Kegley with a good block.
Hobson with trips to the right. Wilson goes in motion. That's going to be a handoff to Nigel Wilson, and stopped in the backfield. That is number 40, Josh Jones, the junior linebacker, going ahead making the tackle on the play. It will be a 2nd and 12 for the Royals. That play just kind of got blown up, and Tylen Taylor is in the game for the first time tonight in at running back.
Let's do a rapid jump back over to Westfield Zionsville.
4th and
big
1.
4th down play and a
he's going
touchdown.
to walk it in the end zone. Everyone concentrating on the line of scrimmage there. He just squirts out, gets in the end zone for 6 points. Westfield up 6-0. Extra point coming.
All right, and again, this is a big game. These are 2 undefeated teams going at it right now. So it's nice to see them starting things off with some scores, and we're bringing you everything here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, brought to you by Bath Experts.
Keep running. Oh, my goodness.
What a play brought by DeAndre Rhodes. He's been Hobson's favorite target so far this year, and what a great play by DeAndre, making everyone miss.
We found this year that good
All right,
things
then
happen.
again, jumping back over to HSC and Avon. HSC again, they are. This is turned into a long drive. They're taking their time, but they are threatening to score here. And Matt, you got any insight, any kind of breakdown you want to give us on this matchup? And this is a big one between two teams that we've been looking forward to all week. At least me personally.
I mean, Avon, obviously, the #1 team in the state this year or this week. So there is no MIC dominance right now this year. The Hoosier Crossroads Conference, and they head-to-head, the Hoosiers Crossroads Conference against the MICs have done really well so far the first 2 weeks. Hamilton Southeastern themselves beat Lawrence Central in the first game of the year. Lost to North Central, a MIC team, on the last second field goal. So the HCC is for real this year. Avon, the #1 team in the state.
Right on. Let's take it away.
He has 2 receivers to the left.
Yeah, Boysen and Rhodes.
Those have been the 2 favorite targets so far this season. And he's going to roll out to the left. He's going to throw, and that one is
throwing
away.
it to Mr. Rent, our assistant principal. Good catch by Mr. Rent.
Student section gets a little bit of
cheer
excitement.
for Mr. Rent, but yeah, he was just throwing that one away. Both Ben and DeAndre were covered. They tried to roll out pass to the left. Ben Boysen had like a 5-yard whip route, which is fake to the inside and the out, and then DeAndre had basically a 10 and out or maybe another comeback as well, and neither of them were open. So good decision by Hobson not to risk it.
Tylen Taylor going to get the handoff here. He's going to get a few yards. Down to about
6-yard line.
Yeah.
It'll be about. It's 4th down. I with the wonders of the kicking game lately, it'll be interesting to see if they're going to go for it or kick it, and
they're going to send out the kicking.
Here comes the kicking unit. So Alex Drolas, see if he can make a field goal.
I talked to him before the game. He said he's very confident in himself tonight. So we'll see what happens. I mean, confidence is good in your kickers. Let's see what happens here.
Pretty good drive by the Royals offense, though, if they can capitalize it with 3 points.
Hold is good.
Oh, man, almost
and blocked. The kick is good. 7-3 here with 3:22 left in the first quarter. Tyler, that was a good drive for the Royals. What do they need to do in the next drive to maybe go ahead and capitalize, turn that?
All right, field goal in that game, so let's kick it back over to Zionsville, Westfield. Zionsville has possession, trying to tie things up after the Westfield touchdown. Let's take it away.
Popeye Williams made the tackle, so a first down for the Eagles from their own 33.
Well, Cooper doesn't carry it very much, but when he does, he gets right behind Hartwig, the center for Zionsville. Smart young man against that Purdue recruit.
Here's a little swing pass to the right that's complete to Price. And brought down at the far sideline by Xander Wynn.
You feel the rhythm now that Zionsville's starting to get into right now. This is exactly what Coach Turnquist needed to do. Settle his team down. There's a look at Coach Gilbert there on the sideline. Running for office, actually, in Westfield. He's probably going to do pretty well. He says he's unopposed in the fall. That worked out well for the football season.
If he's unopposed, he'll do well. You're right. Look at this, running left. And Kyle Harmon, the ball carrier, and I think he's got the first down. Forward pass, because he flipped it. Yeah, forward pass.
All right, let's give you our first look of the night at Pike Red Devils at the number 18 Ben Davis Giants. This is courtesy of the MIC Network, and it's our MIC Network Game of the Week, so you can watch it in its entirety on IndyStar.com with the action called by Josh Ayen and Darrell Morton Jr. Right now, Pike has possession, and they are across midfield. Let's see if they can turn it into some points, or some more points, rather, as they are up 7-0 right now against Ben Davis.
2nd and 9 coming up for the Red Devils. Play action, looking deep, has a man, overthrows his intended target. That looked like Lamar Eccles.
Wide open to the end zone without anybody touching him. That was just a little long I think if Seidel just relaxes and settles down, because he had time to hit him there, that's going to be, they need to clean that up. I think that'll be better down the road once they get a chance to work together. Because Seidel, though he is a junior, he hasn't played much quarterback because Jason pretty much played almost every down.
3rd and long situation coming up. Need to get to the 24, or excuse me, the 34 for a first. And it's a carry to Trayshawn Jones. Has an edge, and does he have enough for the first down? I think he does.
He's going to be close.
All right, jumping back over because Carmel is in the red zone and looking to score against Center Grove. This action again brought to you by the CG Gridiron Network, and still all knotted up at 0-0. So let's see
What
if
are you, a soccer analyst? 0-0?
Sorry that I'm well traveled. I like to, give people a little international flavor.
I mean, Quigley came into this game not having thrown a lot of passes. In 2 games, he had thrown 17 times. So, I mean, that's already his, 7th or 8th attempt tonight. So they're looking to move the football in the air as much as they can.
Jackson's shot was in on that last tackle, and now a near touchdown by number 21, John Rogers, again junior, 5'10", 180-pound running back, and he, in talking with Jim Inskeep, their athletic director, outside of swimming, probably the best.
All right, and if we do some rapid switching here on Friday Night Live, it's because we got 2 teams right now pretty much at the one. Carmel and Zionsville both threatening to score, so we're going to be switching back and forth so you don't miss a score.
That's a touchdown. All right, so Zionsville scores. That looks like it's Colin Price, the sophomore running back, who is having a huge season for the Eagles. And now we're back at Carmel Center Grove because we promised you won't miss anything. It looks like there must have been a penalty of some sort on Carmel to push him off the 1-yard line.
Yeah, but 2nd and 5, not bad position.
No, and they've got a great senior running back in Dylan Downing right there, number 2. Gabe Quigley at quarterback. So the Greyhounds do have some offensive firepower coming off a 37-0 win over Noblesville last week.
And random sidebar, shout out to their color scheme. That looks real nice.
And he sacked. There you go. That's what Coach Morris said they needed. Alex Devaney with the sack for the Center Grove Trojans.
Well, the defense has come through huge. I mean, they've been put in tough positions. They've come up big so far. And looking at 3rd and goal right here for Carmel. If they could keep them to three points right here, that would be huge.
Third and goal at the 8-yard line. Quigley again, shotgun formation, Downing to his left. Man in motion. Direct snap. It's on the ground, a bad snap. Scramble for the football. And it's going to be Carmel ball at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they're saying 4th down. Fist in the air, 4th down.
So one would think field goal unit possibly coming in. Yes, field goal for the Carmel Greyhounds.
Spencer Hanna, number 19, is the kicker for Carmel, and he's lining one up from directly in the middle of the field. Looks like it'll be from about 17-yard line, so it'll be 27 yards.
And the Carmel Greyhounds take an early 3-0 lead.
All right, so Carmel goes up 3-0 with that field goal. So let's jump over to the number 9 Plainfield Quakers taking on the number 1 Mooresville Pioneers. Plainfield has the ball and some good field position inside the red zone. This is brought to us by the ISHAA Champions Network with the action called by Rob Blackman and Jan Bosher.
Steven. Oh, he's not going to get there. And he dropped the ball. They're going to say he was down. They're going to say he was down. Making the tackle was Dominic Oldham. No surprise there. Oldham's been in all the plays defensively, it feels like, tonight. The ball did pop free, but whistled down. This is not a fumble. Instead, it's going to be 4th and short for Plainfield.
Well, you're right. Oldham is absolutely, if he's not made the tackle, he certainly assisted on the majority of these defensive tackles.
Well, let's see what they will do here on 4th and now 3. Tight formation, direct snap, and timeout called. Before they could snap the ball directly to the running back, Steven, in the Wildcat formation, Plainfield took a timeout.
All right, let's kick it back over to Avon HSC. Looks like that game's still 7-3, Avon in the lead, and they do have possession once again at about the 35.
Couldn't find the right number, but
6'7", 340.
Wow, that is a big man. I would not want to be running up against him.
I've heard he possibly may be bigger than that. And the punt is off. And that one's going to go ahead and be a touchback. Wow, if that one would have been played, that would have been one heck of a...
All right, jumping back over to Pike, Ben Davis. Pike with possession and that 7-0 lead. Looks like they are across midfield and marching down to try and put some more points on the board.
With time, Seidella looks towards the end zone and well overthrown. Tyrell Sanders was the intended target. The Giants do a good job with the quick change, and we'll see Trent Gibson and company once again.
And Sanders looked like he was expecting something different because he was actually stopped out there when the ball went flying over his head, so he wasn't really ready for that particular play call, or that pass, actually. So let's see what the Ben Davis Giants can come out here and do with this possession. The offense has been resting for a little while.
Just over 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Gibson out of the gun. Both teams like to run that spread system. And a flag before play even starts.
And that...
Let's kick it back over to Center Grove and Carmel because CG's got the ball. It looks like they want a touchdown.
They got a touchdown.
Well, they get what they want. And another touchdown here brought to you on IndyStar Friday Night Live. That's going to give Center Grove the lead here, so Carmel had to settle for that field goal.
They're saying it's down at the 1.
At the 1?
I'm not so sure about that.
No, look, I'm not.
To me, that's a touchdown.
Do we have the power to institute instant replay here on IndyStar Friday Night Live?
We do not, and that is the last play of the first quarter.
Well,
so they have to march all the way to the other end of the field.
Oh, man. As someone who doesn't like to march from his desk to the coffee machine, I feel for these kids who have to go all the way down just
That's 99 yards. That's a long walk.
It's a long walk. But again, I'm not judging the refs. Look like he got in.
Okay.
So let's jump back over to some more action. Pike and Ben Davis, that game's still 7-0, and they're still marching. Let's see what happens.
Catches it. Has a lane if he can get through. He can't, but he does have enough for a first down.
And I'll tell you what, he was close to breaking that. If Jefferson wouldn't have grabbed him down there, he's gone. I mean, it was very, very close to breaking.
Gain of 10 on that reception for Reese. Giants trying to force the tempo again. And a neutral zone infraction going to be called on Antonio White. Got a bit trigger happy on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he just kind of jumped that play a little bit and wasn't able to get back there. And another reward for the Ben Davis offense for doing nothing.
That penalty will push the Giants up to their own 47. And some shifting in the offensive line. It's interesting how the Giants organize themselves. If you look on the depth chart, it's not a left or right tackle, left or right guard. It's a quick tackle, quick guard, strong tackle, strong guard. Here's a deep throw down the sideline, and it is hauled in. Officials are going to rule it a catch.
And that's what we saw them working on a lot in practice on Monday, the long ball. I knew it was a matter of time before we saw that there, and they actually were able to pick that up.
What a catch there for Chris Peters. Only his second catch of the season.
And like you said, they're trying to play fast now, picking up the pace.
Huge gain on that play. Over 30 yards on that reception by Peters. Giants were trying to move quickly, and ball carrier was only able to scrap for a couple of yards. Second and 6 from the 20. Gibson gets a snap, scramble to the left side. Makes some men miss before being brought down, and ooh, he takes a rough hit.
He was thrown down. There was no ease in that at all.
That was WWE style right there.
As you can see here, he goes through and gets grabbed. Big number 99 takes him to the turf.
Big play there by Kyron Montgomery, one of the linebackers. Another quick carry takes the Giants to the 18. So we approach the end of the first quarter here. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Giants. Let's see if they can capitalize here. Get some momentum back.
All right, we're going to jump and give you our first look of the night at the Greenwood Woodmen taking on the number 4 Martinsville Artesians. That is brought to us by MHS Rewind with the action called by Eric Meyer and the team, the student team over at MHS making this happen. Let's see. It's all knotted up 6-6, and we've got a red zone opportunity.
And we got a touchdown.
We've got a touchdown. Another touchdown here.
This is Chuck Pagano's favorite team, the Woodmen. Because
why is that?
He just wants you to keep chopping.
I see what you did there.
You like that?
I like that.
You like that?
I like that. I'm not proud that I liked it, but I liked it.
You know what I don't like is Chuck Pagano's favorite restaurants in Indianapolis list that he came out with.
What was that?
It was St. Elmo's, which is cliche, Ruth's Chris, which is a chain, Capitol Grill, which is a chain, and then Steak and Shake.
Oh, and shout out who brought us that list, by the way?
That was Chuck Pagano giving his list while he was in Chicago, because we have a lot of events in Indianapolis, so people asked him, but he kept it to a 4-block radius in downtown. We're going to hop over to the Pike Ben Davis game and not talk about Chuck Pagano's culinary interests.
But I am hungry, so let's take it away. Again, this game, 7-0 in Pike's favor, and let's take it away.
Gonna bring up 3rd and 5 as we approach the 1-minute mark. Gibson, stretch play, right side. Gonna get to the end zone. No.
Close.
But marked down at the 1-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, once he got the ball, he just took off, and he had a lane there, and I thought he actually got to the goal line, but Pike was able to knock him down, and the Giants are going to be close. As you can see him go around here, and he just puts his head down and just barrels ahead and gets tripped up and at about the 2-yard line before bouncing into the end zone.
Gibson waiting for the snap here. Can they punch it in? Quick throw, and touchdown, Giants.
Got in there, and that's almost a play that was the pickoff. So.
All right, the Ben Davis touchdown. We'll see if they'll knot things up with the extra point. But
that's like 6 touchdowns we've shown in, what are we at, 30 minutes?
We don't waste any time, but we've actually got some more big plays to show you. Matt, I've heard you got some highlights.
I do have some highlights.
Well, let's give you some highlights.
All right, well, here we have an interception for Warren Central. Errol Warren jumps in front of the inside route right here. Yoink!
Ooh.
I'll take that, and I'm going to go the other way.
Right in his pockets.
Let's see, can you catch me? You can catch me, but I'm putting my team in scoring position.
If you played Madden, that's what we call a user pick. That's the best kind.
Yeah, give me that.
Give me that.
Give me that.
What else
you like interceptions? Here's another interception. Carmel's Garrett Sharp with some nice work here on the sideline. Taven Jackson Jr. flushed.
Ooh.
There's Garrett Sharp right there, 2 feet down. That would have been good in college.
No, real good.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Garrett Sharp at the next level because he already knows to get 2. No, even in college, you just need 1 foot. Okay. Well, this is a touchdown, not an interception. This is Franklin Central, 10-yard draw run. The Flashes are undefeated, and they are for real. They are for real. This is against Brownsburg. Brownsburg is ranked really high in 6A. They're just coming back from a close loss in Cincinnati, but Franklin Central is a surprise team. They're surprising a lot of people this season. We're going to hop over to the, what are we going to do, Mooresville Plainfield right now?
I want to take a quick moment to thank all of our network sponsors and thank our sponsor, Bath Experts, who are helping bring us all this action here live. So let's take a quick 60-second word from our sponsor. Thanks to Bath Experts, and let's jump right back into this Mooresville Plainfield game as we've got yet another red zone opportunity.
I mean, that's going to happen with Mooresville. When you got a Mike Gillen coached offense, they are going to put up points. Kalijah Perry having a very good senior year. Brecken Green, the running back, also very strong. And yeah, there goes Brecken Green. So let's see what happens.
Tries to run out of the grasp of Sam Trent, which is not easy. 295-pound Sam Trent. Trent gets him on the ground after a gain of 4.
The only thing they do not do is play the same sectional because Plainfield moved up to 5A where Mooresville's 4A. Short of that, same conference, real close.
2nd and 6. Again, Mooresville, an impressive drive here. They lead 7-0. Fake to Green. They're going to go up top on a fade route that is incomplete, thrown out of the reach of the intended.
All right, we're going to jump right back into this Carmel Center Grove game because we've got some more red zone opportunities. We're going to do some rapid switches between these. We got about 3 games in the red zone right now. So, again, scores are coming at you fast and furious. People are marching downfield left and right. Right now, Carmel is down 7-3 and back over to Mooresville with another shot at the end zone.
That's the same one, Justin. That's just a replay.
Oh, see, well, you know, I'm not too technologically savvy. I'm sorry.
Okay, I saw the route. It was the exact route I saw before. We're gonna stay with this one play right here. Let's see what happens. 3rd and 6. He's got all time.
Ooh,
nice play by the defense right there. Now we're gonna hop over to HSE Avon, see what the Royals can do with the #1 ranked Avon Orioles.
Oh, actually.
No, we're gonna do it.
Want to do it?
I'm gonna do it. I call the shots here. Nope, I lied. We're going to Carmel Center Grove.
Carmel Center Grove. And again, right now,
call the shots here apparently.
Center Grove with that lead, 7-3 on Carmel, 2nd and 6, and still early in the second quarter here.
Yeah, they just overpowered the middle of the Center Grove defense right there. I mean, their guys just did a better job blocking. You see 75 Poling right there did a nice job, able to pick off one of Center Grove's linemen, and they scored quite easily.
Carmel regains the lead, 9-7. Spencer Hanna to attempt the PAT. Pulled by Christian Williams. It's good.
It is.
We're going to hop back over HSC lining up for a field goal against #1 ranked Avon.
And it is. Good. That is a big kick there for Alex Drolis.
It's good.
Maybe he's living up. I don't want to do announcer tricks, but maybe he's living up a little bit to your nickname of Vinatieri for him tonight.
Last year's freshman kicker, and he was the greatest freshman kicker I've ever seen, so I called him Vinatieri.
Sure
was. A lot of his teammates called him FIFA because he used to play soccer as well.
He passes Elwood Sammy Morellis, who set the record in 2011. So the record didn't stand that long, but again, Charlie Spiegel, the IHSAA rushing career leader.
And he's been tearing it up. Went into this game needing only 12 yards to break it.
Yep.
So he
didn't take long. That game started at 7:30.
So he's been doing all season.
7:38.
Right on. So it looks like we're going to jump over back to that Westfield-Zionsville game. Westfield has possession, and this one is still in their favor, 14-7 against Zionsville. All right, again, as you see here, Westfield with that possession, and they are still marching to try and put some more points on the board here and take a more comfortable lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, we expect points to be scored in this game. Westfield's got a good offense. Zionsville's got a really good offense. Camden Simmons has a lot of weapons at his disposal. He's got Brody McSell. Again, we talked about Colin Price. But Westfield's, they're no slouch. Jake Gilbert's got a really good team up there with the Shamrocks. Both these teams undefeated. This is a very good game.
All right, let's jump back over to this 7-7 tied-up game between Pike and Ben Davis.
We
look right now, Pike has possession, and they are trying to take a lead before we reach into that.
None of these Pike receivers have hauled in a touchdown through 2 games because, again, the quarterback Seidella has thrown 4 interceptions.
The other team's catching them.
Certainly something he has to grow on as the season progresses. But
and he will. He will. I mean, it takes time to get the system down, to find out where your guys are going to be and get on the same page. And I think he will over, with time.
Out of the gun again is Seidella. Hand off to Will Allen with some running room. And that's going to come back as we have a hold on the Red Devils. Looks like that was Trayshawn Jones, the guilty.
All right, let's kick it back over to Westfield, Zionsville. And they are, looks like they're approaching another scoring opportunity.
Looks like they're flexing.
Tackled by Zach Mullins, and the Eagles came through big time.
Well, take a look at Pfeiffer here. 54 yards rushing so far this season. Gets it over to the left. Good penetration by Zionsville. They ended up losing 2 yards because they've got a lot of green jerseys who are all converging on the football in this situation. So looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 4.
As successful as Cam Simons has been, were you surprised they didn't let him keep the ball?
Yeah, I am a little bit, but at the same time, they try to, spread things out and mix things up a little bit. It's a big 4th down for the Eagles here.
4th and 4. Simons ran wide open. That's Patchett. He's got a first down and more inside the 10-yard line. What a play. Shane Bates made the tackle. They were looking for a run, and Patchett was wide open.
Yeah, very good. It's just pitch and catch. Watch right here. Simon's looking at Patchett the entire time. No one out there. He gets to the edge. The safeties are trying to come over the top to help, but it's too late. He picks up the first down, 1st and goal for Westfield, and they're marching again.
And they're ahead 14-7. That's Patchett inside the 5 to about the 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal. Garrett Williamson making the stop. 2nd and goal from the 3. Cam Simons out of the shotgun to Patchett. Patchett's in there. Touchdown, Eli Patchett. 3-yard TD, and now it's 20-7.
Yeah, it's Patchett's 8th rushing touchdown.
To his left.
All right, so a touchdown in that game, so we're going to jump back over to Pike Ben Davis. Still on, knotted up at 7-7. Pike with possession and marching downhill.
Up the middle, being met by a wall of giants. And he will maybe squeak a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, I don't think there was any fooling anybody on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from the Ben Davis 27-yard line. And we'll see what Seidella can do here. He's had a couple of decent throws, like you mentioned, Darryl, but again, just some inconsistency in what you'd expect out of a first-year starter and a junior.
Well, I tell you, it's just the confidence. He gains confidence every time he throws it down there, and he's successful.
And Seidella gets pushed to the turf. Benes Collins there on the sack.
And that was a time where he probably should have gotten rid of it someplace, because you can't take that loss there. You put in your team.
All right, going to jump out of that game for a pretty big highlight that we're going to bring you right now.
Yeah, this is Charlie Spiegel. We mentioned he had broken the IHSA's rushing record, career rushing record. But here it is. This is how he did it. I'm guessing it's going to look like a lot of his other rushes, where it takes how many people to tackle him? A few. And that was it, guys. He broke the record on that play.
And again, needed 12 yards. He got that, and I assume a little bit more. So again, congratulations.
It took him less than half a quarter to break the.
And again, that kickoff was at 7:30. So
yeah, well, all the games in the Hoosier Heritage Conference.
Yeah, so game got started, records got broken. So shout outs to Charlie Spiegel. Congrats to him.
Yep, we got more highlights.
More highlights?
We got more highlights.
Oh, you spoil me.
I do. Here's Bishop Petard, a big hit on a flat route. Can you see it? Ooh, I can feel it. Ouch.
You couldn't take that hit.
No. Oof, gosh, no. Here's Brownsburg, the nice little TD run. Running back's going to get to the outside right there, and he's going to find the end zone.
Very nice.
And again, that's a big game. Brownsburg, Franklin Central. Again, Franklin Central, a little bit of a surprise team. Brownsburg, kind of a sleeper 6A title contending team, so that's a good game to watch. And then our last highlight is going to be a big gain here from Warren Central. This is quarterback Kobe Moore. He's going to stumble. He's going to find his Derek Allen, who's going to go down the sideline, tiptoe, and eventually get knocked out for a big gain. Good play.
Very nice. So a quick shout out to all the people we have, part of the IndyStar Friday Night Live team, that are out there collecting those highlights and bringing you all that action for both the games we can bring you live and the games that we can bring you in those jaw-dropping highlight snippets. And the other team that you can't see, if you're behind the camera, they're saying we got some more action. We're going to jump back over to that Plainfield
direct
game
snap.
See what's going on.
Didn't catch it cleanly.
Well, here's what happens, Rob. And actually, when he snaps it, hits his back tail pad and then takes a dive because he didn't cleanly snap it.
Now they're going to snap it to him again. He's diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Plainfield. That
There you
time it
go.
worked. Jarrett Stephen, a 2-yard run. It's a touchdown.
All right, so touchdown there, and Carmel has possession here in this game against Center Grove. They are up 10-7. They have the ball. Well, they had the ball at around the 10 to kick off this live look in. And let's see if they can extend that lead here.
This is a huge game for Center Grove. Center Grove is 0-2. They're still ranked. I think they're number 9 in Class 6A. They're still ranked because they're still a really good team. Carson Steele missed their first 2 games. I'm not sure if he's playing in this one. I haven't seen any updates on him. He missed the first 2 games with a hamstring injury. But Center Grove doesn't want to go down to 0-3. But again, they might be without their star player. Take it away.
Between Rogers and Downing, and now
not that time.
Much better job by the Center Grove defense to stiffen, and now they throw him down late. So it's going to be unsportsmanlike. 15 yards, half the distance, first down.
Let's see if he really got thrown down or if he just fell down.
Soderdahl kind of bumped him. I wouldn't really call it much of anything.
Wow.
We're going to give you our first look of the night at Mount Vernon Greenfield. Mount Vernon up 3-0. Looks like they're threatening to score once again. This is brought to us by the Indiana SRN with the action called by Jimmy Cook and Keith Myers.
Line for indication.
Here's the sign. Oh, illegal substitution.
There you go. This time the Cougars the guilty party, and it'll set up what you likely would assume would be another QB sneak by Slunaker, or hand it off right to your top running back in Ryland Cole.
You're going to run right in your center.
Slunaker tried to sneak it. He stood up, tried to bounce around and spin to the goal line. Touchdown!
How about that?
Just like that, the Marauders.
All right, touchdown Mount Vernon, so let's jump right back over to Carmel Center Grove. Again, Carmel inside the 5, looking to extend their lead. Right now up 10-7 against Center Grove. And as Matt mentioned, Center Grove does not want to go down more.
No, that's a touchdown. That looks like Dylan Downing there. Nice fake handoff there by Quigley, a little misdirection there. Trojans defense was confused, didn't know who had the ball. Dylan Downing going to walk into the end zone.
Yeah, that's a big score. That's a big momentum shifter there, and they already had momentum on their side. So
well, Downing is the up back in the I formation. He's usually at the back end of that, so he played the fullback role. They might not have expected him to get the ball there. Nice call, nice play design there. Nice call by Carmel to get it in there.
All right.
Watch the extra point here. It is good. All right, now we're going to hop over to Zionsville Westfield. Again, we expected points, and a nice little big run there to start.
Explosive run up the middle.
Oh, and he's still going. He is still going. And my friends, that is, I believe, sophomore Colin Price, who is having just an absolute monster start to the season. He's averaging 7.8 yards a carry, had 5 touchdowns coming into this game, 414 rushing yards through 2 games.
It looks like he averaged carrying about 5 or 6 defenders on his back. It takes a village.
He doesn't look like a sophomore. He looks like a kid ready to, and he's got 2 more years of high school football. Look at that, just running through arm tackles.
It looks like I'm watching NFL blitz.
28 yards and a first down. He's got 11 carries, 68 yards. 21-7. Westfield leading. 4 carries for 54 yards.
Well, he's averaging 8 yards per carry already this season, so not surprising that he's having this kind of success against the Rocks.
They're down by 14 are the Eagles. That's Price again. And about 3 or 4 men bring him down. And that'll bring up second down. Mark McLaurin in on the stop.
If we see that replay, Price lowered his shoulder right at the last minute. Watch him at the very end of this play lower his shoulder. He gets to the edge. There's nothing in the middle. Gets to the edge. There's no protection over there. Watch him lower his shoulder right there and carries a couple defenders and lowers it again and picks up another yard.
Price again.
Gain of about 2, I think, over there, Howard, on the far left sideline. I like the fact that he's got a mouthpiece. Not a whole lot of guys have their, they try to get by with their mouthpieces not in. It's against the rules for sure, but a lot of those guys slip it in there. They try to bypass that. But those running backs, it's important to have that thing. You get hit a lot.
Yes. This will be the 10th play of the drive. Weissman looking, throwing into the left corner, a battle, touchdown. Touchdown, Trey Firestone. The defender had the inside position on him, but he made the reception.
He sure did. Firestone's 6'2", 185 pounds. Weissman just threw a 50-50 ball right here, and Firestone just out-jumps him. Look, it's a good throw because it's
All right, so the touchdown there, so we're going to jump right back over to this game. And, boy, this 25-6, this is getting out of hand in a hurry.
Did not expect this. Greenwood, a good team, but Martinsville has been playing really well. They're ranked 4th, I believe, in 4A. Carter Whitson has a great team there. They've won their first 2 games, including games against Bloomington South. At Bloomington South, that was a tough win for them. So Greenwood, though, really, really putting it on Martinsville right now.
Stop and then a score before halftime. Oliver Rao's going to try to find some space, and he is going to be shy of the first down. He'll get 2 yards on the quarterback keeper. And Martinsville will call a timeout, try to salvage some of this clock, hoping they can get a stop and force a punt. But they've got to stop Greenwood on a 3rd and 1 here on this next play. Like I said, that would be kind of the perfect situation. You get a stop, force Greenwood.
All right, a little cut in and a bit of a breaking news here. Avon scores once again with a touchdown run against Hamilton Southeastern. That's going to put them up 20-6. And again, this is a number 1 versus number 15 game brought to us by the Southeastern Sports Network. Let's see if we can get a look at this extra point, and if it's good, they'll go up 21-6. Take it away.
Is going to be good. So that's 21-6.
If there's any bright spot, didn't take a lot of time off. The Royals will have time
that is true.
Go down and get it back to a 1-score game, head into the half.
We still have 5:44 left in the half.
That's a tough one. That's a little bit of a dagger, or at least how you feel about it.
All right, we're going to kick it back over to that Martinsville versus Greenwood game. And again, Greenwood's got possession once again, and now they got a flag.
Well, I'll give you a quick score update from some games around the area. New Pal's up 13-0 early on Yorktown. Cecina leads Cascade 21-14. Brebeuf leads Cardinal Ritter 23-10, and Warren Central leads North Central 14-0.
All right, and again, if you're at one of the games or if you're watching at home and want to share maybe what your living room looks like, snap a shot, share it on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, whatever you're using, it's fine. Just make sure you use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share everything. We want to trend
from MySpace.
Hey man, don't judge me. I'm old school.
Hey, Friendster. Go ahead and Friendster me.
You know, how about real life human interaction? Ever try that one?
No, but was that before or after Prodigy?
That's, oh my gosh. IndyStar
we got a loose ball.
FNL is the hashtag. Let's take it away with more action.
Easily down. And that was Hasek again with a 3-yard pickup. And Greenwood, they've used 2 timeouts, but they're obviously not going to be in a huge hurry. They're going to try to use as much of this clock as they can. They'll be more than happy to go into the locker room with a 25-6 lead, but it doesn't mean they'll just run the clock out. I'm sure they're also looking to score and try to put this game out of reach for Martinsville early in their eyes. So under 3 minutes to go here. Artesians trying to get a stop, and we have a whistle. And
all right, switching back over to Ben Davis and Pike. It looks like Ben Davis is in the red zone.
Looks like we're going to get an unnecessary roughness there. It looks like Trent Gibson, the quarterback for Ben Davis, had his head twisted in a way that we're only used to seeing in the movie Beetlejuice. You millennials probably don't know that reference, but go ahead and watch it.
That's harsh judgment. You don't know what they know. You know that retro stuff is in style.
I asked one of our interns earlier today if they knew who Meatloaf was, and they didn't know who Meatloaf was. If you don't know Meatloaf, you don't know Beetlejuice.
It's not just the interns. I asked one of our full-timers. He still doesn't know who Naughty by Nature is. He's not down with OPP or anything.
Yeah, no, these millennials, I tell you.
Sorry, we just had an old man moment. Enjoy the game.
Can he get to the end zone? No. But he is just short, knocked down at the 2-yard line. So here we go, another goal line situation for the Giants coming up.
Let's just see how stiff this Pike defense really is here.
See another offensive line shift for the Giants. See if the Red Devils can read where that play's going. Gibson takes it himself, has enough space, gets in the end zone. Touchdown, Ben Davis Giants.
And we talked about confidence. That's a big confidence booster for the Giants. Again, having to come in.
All right, so again, big touchdown there for Ben Davis. That's going to put him up in that matchup against Pike, 13-7. If they get the extra point, of course, you know how that works. 14-7.
How does that work? How
It's
does
math,
an extra
Matt.
point work?
It's math.
Okay.
You know we're word guys, not numbers guys.
I'm a
anyway,
numbers guy. Look at the glasses.
I heard you had highlights for me.
I do have highlights.
Well, don't lie to me. Give me some highlights.
Okay, here's the highlights. Franklin Central, again in that big game against Brownsburg. Brownsburg lining up for a field goal. They think they got 3 points. Let's see. They do not have 3 points. Blocked field goal by the Flashes right there. Came in like a flash to block that field goal.
Nice.
See what I did there? Next highlight here, we're going to go to New Pal. This isn't Charlie Spiegel, folks. This is Lincoln Roth, the quarterback. He drops back. He finds Riker large, wide open. He's behind the defense. That's a touchdown. Again, we told you New Pal leads Yorktown 13-0 at that point. Really nice play. Lincoln Roth is really settling into that quarterback spot for the Dragons. And our last highlight right now is Warren Central. We got an 11-yard touchdown run by Randy Wells. Jason Simmons, the coach, Jason West thinks that Randy Wells is the best player in the state of Indiana. He wasn't being stopped there. He was a safety last year, playing running back this year. And Kyle Nedderup is working on a really great story with Randy Wells for next week's newspaper, next week's website. So make sure you get to read about all of the great things that Randy Wells is doing for Warren Central. Absolutely.
Great set of highlights, and we're going to take a quick break with a quick 60-second word from our sponsors, Bath Experts.
So fresh and so clean.
Big thank you to Bath Experts, and a big opportunity here for Center Grove. They are in the red zone, looking to close that 17-7 gap that Carmel's enjoying over them right now.
That's my favorite. I love it when they bring the chains out. I always wanted to be that guy who ran with the chain right there. See that guy in the blue? That's who I wanted to be.
Whether you want to be the front chain or the back chain?
Back chain. Oh, you want to be the guy where they got to get the 10 yards. You want to be that guy.
That's the pressure spot.
Yeah, I was built for pressure.
Well, could have fooled me. Let's take it away with some more action.
That's the play here in the second quarter. Taven Jackson with the quick hitter. Mitchell Evans, sophomore, gets it inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. So it'll be first and goal at the 4. Mitchell Evans, 5 yards.
I like that quick hitter off the tackle, right tackle. Don't go up the middle. Go off the guard right there. A lot of big yardage picked up right there. Picked up about 4 yards.
A lot of big bodies.
Still plenty of.
All right, jumping back over to Mooresville, and what do you know? A touchdown. That is a big catch in the end zone. That's going to put Mooresville up in their matchup with Plainfield. And again, yet another score here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, brought to you by Bath Experts. We've had a lot of touchdowns tonight so far.
That's what happens. Scores on scores on scores. Elijah Perry drops back. Like I said, Mike Gillen, he likes to air it out. It's down near the goal line. It doesn't matter. Every down, every position is a throwing position. So and that was at the end of the half there. Yeah. So they weren't messing around. So I guess they had to throw the ball.
Shows what kind of confidence, too. I mean, you could have gone for a run this close in position, but jump up and go get it, young man.
And I will say, back in the day, Mooresville had the best spread for media in the press box.
Ooh, what was your favorite thing?
It was just good food, I remember. It's been a while.
You didn't bring any back from me.
No.
Selfish.
No. Yes. All right, we're going to hop over to that Westfield-Zionsville game. Westfield's got the ball. They're moving down in Zionsville territory. Nice completion there. Away we go.
The fun happens Monday night at 9:30 on WHMB TV 40.
He had 2 touchdown passes for the Shamrocks, and here's another Patchett run.
Yeah, they're ready to go immediately. Patchett's inside the 25-yard line with that run. He's close to a first down, about a yard shy, I believe. And the Shamrocks marching up and down that field.
And this is what Coach Turnquist was talking about, the fact that they execute well. They don't make a whole lot of mental mistakes. They haven't turned the ball over yet. Simons has not thrown an interception all season. He has had 2 fumbles, but other than that, they've executed extremely well tonight.
Patchett, he's got the first down, tackled on the.
All right, going to kick it back over to Center Grove Carmel, and again, scoring opportunity here for Center Grove.
And they're going to call timeout.
And they're going to call timeout. You're going to think about it. This is important. You know what I mean? Not scoring on this possession here or getting a touchdown is just going to put Carmel in a position to score a touchdown on the other end and drive up this score.
Not really. It's 31 seconds left in the first half.
I'm talking about after the half,
oh,
brother,
okay,
after the half.
All right, we're going back to Westfield Zionsville. We'll go back to that Carmel Center Grove game when they get out of that timeout. But no one wants to watch timeout. Nice little fake handoff there. Camden Simmons taking it himself. About 4-yard, 5-yard game.
It's been a very ground-based drive here, punishing, I imagine, for the defense because they're having a hard time bringing them down.
I talked a lot about the sophomore running back for Zionsville being Colin Price. Westfield's got a good running back themselves, Eli Pritchett, though it looks like Mr. Pritchett might be down on the ground there hurt.
Hate to see that.
Looks like he's in pain. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. He's got his leg going back and forth. I hope it's nothing serious here. You hate to see anybody down.
Maybe it's just a cramp. That's what you'd hope.
Could be. Let's take a look at the replay right here. Simons will keep it on the read option. Let's see if we see anything here. Did get rolled up on a little bit, and he grabbed his right leg immediately. Hopefully that's just a cramp. Although he's grabbing his knee right there. That doesn't look good.
All right, back to Center Grove Carmel.
I told you we were going to come back to this game.
We wouldn't lie to you.
He's going to hand it off to Connor Delp. He cuts it up. He looks for that end zone. He's going to be just short. Looks like he got it to between the 1 and 2 yard line. And a timeout call by Coach Moore stops the clock with 23 seconds. And again, you saw Connor come in motion, takes that inside handoff and turns it up. And Ted, they're going to spot it at the 2 yard line.
Perry
So
Meridian,
3rd and goal.
Perry Meridian leading Franklin Greenwood over Martinsville.
Chittard winning big over Ron Colley. Rebels 0-2 on the season.
All right, we're going to jump back over to Avon HSC. Another red zone opportunity here. Right now, the score 21-6 in Avon's favor. They are number 1, and they are showing it.
I'm going to predict a Henry Hessen fade route right here.
Let's see how good you are.
Look at that. I called it. But I called it.
He laid out for it, though. And again, on first down, that's a shot you want to take.
Was that not a fade route? That looked like a fade route. I called that, right?
Kind of a fade route.
It's like a corner, a fade, a corner.
And you're giving yourself a little bit too much credit. Not quite Swami, but, whatever.
You know what I thought?
You're more like, Will Smith's genie. You're trying.
I still haven't seen the new Aladdin.
You shouldn't.
Really?
You shouldn't.
No?
No.
My wife wanted to rent it when it comes out.
No shade. I love you, Will. Looking forward to Bad Boys 3. Let's take it away with the action.
Avon might call timeout here.
Yeah, they may.
And there they go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Trojans needing a couple of yards. No indication.
Oh,
they're going to say they're saying he's short.
Oh, you got to better call timeout.
Clock is running down to 10 seconds. And running.
4th down.
Center Grove have timeout left?
Ty Wise makes the tackle for the Carmel Greyhounds, so it's just inside the 1 yard line.
Because it's 4th and 1.
That's gonna be 4th and
you know what?
goal
Again, I
inside the
predicted the future. 3 seconds left, I call timeout.
All right, there you go.
So that's 4 timeouts in the last 2 minutes. But again, that's what happens at the end of the half, folks. So we're gonna stay here. We'll let CG Gridiron Network take it away from here.
Yes, Kevin Conrad, Ted Kitchell, and Rick Embry.
The official was right there on it. He surely made the right call.
So it's going to be 4th and goal at the 1. 3 seconds left to play. Coach Moore calls his final timeout.
This is where you count on your offensive line. We've talked about the offensive line being a group of guys who have been there before. I mean, most of these guys were on that offensive line last year. Went to the semi-state, didn't quite get it done, but had an outstanding year. Here we go, right here. You can see.
All right, jumping back over to Avon HSC. Avon with the ball and an opportunity to score.
Push off. Should have been incomplete. They didn't call the push off, but could have called a push off. So
but
people and the fans around us wanted to push off, but incomplete either way. So 3rd and goal from the 5. Big down for the Royals.
Here's that 4th down play.
Taven keeping
Jackson
it himself, and he's
shot.
in there. Touchdown. Taven Jackson
Of course,
gets
the team
his
says he does,
second
and the ref
touchdown
says he
of the
does
night.
too.
Good job by the offensive line because there wasn't a lot of people. Wasn't a lot of room right there.
Something like
I
that.
shouldn't try to do that. We're going back to the Avon HSC game. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
They're going to go ahead, yeah. And that's a touchdown.
Yeah, they did. It was the same play.
Yeah.
Or same route, excuse me, with the outside right receiver. It was a whip route, fake the inside, go out, play action. Play, and 27-6 before this PAT with 1:11 left. If I'm HSC, I'm definitely going to be aggressive with 1:11. You got
Another touchdown there, so let's jump back over to Ben Davis and Pike, where Ben Davis has possession. It looks like they are heading downhill trying to score again. So that's 2 back-to-back touchdowns we just brought you here on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's see if Ben Davis can get us a third in a row.
Shut that down, give him a few, but don't just let him turn the corner.
Call that a gain of 12. We have a brief stoppage in play. And they're going to call a hold, actually. No wonder Jaden Brown was able to get so many yards on that jet sweep.
That does make it easy if you got a guy holding for you. But, you know, both of these teams have done some very, very positive things only to have them, you know, stalled by penalties.
And that's really been the story for, like you said, both teams all throughout this season, and to an extent for Ben Davis last season. They were in a lot of ball games last season with Jason Simmons' first year, but ultimately just mistakes and misfires undid them more often than not. Oh my, what a sack there.
Wow.
What a play, Antonio White, or actually no, that was not Antonio White. Looked like that was Chris Bentley, a 6', 245-pound senior, bringing all 245 pounds to take down Gibson.
And we got a penalty flag down, so let's see what happened. The helmet's off. Wow.
This is unreal.
All right, looks like a flag there, but we're going to jump over to one of my favorite parts of Friday Night Live, a little band action. This is the Martinsville Band. Looks like they're lining up right now, about to get the action started. Matt, you might be the sports insider, but I'm the band insider. I've got the credentials, the 6 years of band camp to back it up. I was a heck of a drumline star back in my day. Don't want to brag, but no one rocked the Quints quite like me. So let's see if the Martinsville drumline can live up to my high standard.
I remember bands being bigger than that.
Look, it doesn't matter the size of the band. It matters the size of the sound. And what you see here is they're in a tight formation here in the middle. They're not spreading out because they know they don't have the power to spread out their woodwinds and their brass section. They're going to play as a unit. And as you can see, they look like they have quite a bit of auxiliary percussion here. You can see they have a few bell players setting up. So what they're going to give you is a unique sound. Not a huge sound, but one that you're not going to see replicated by any other bands. We had a pretty small drum line when I started, but we still dominated when we hit that field.
You think they're going to play Meatloaf's I Will Do Anything for Love?
Absolutely not. I actually am rooting for maybe a little more than words by Extreme. I think if you up the tempo on that, maybe something to around maybe 95 BPMs, you can get something that gets the toes tapping out there in the stands.
This is what happens at halftime of IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And again, we cover everything. Friday night is not just about the touchdowns and the sacks.
Yes,
it's about the band. It's about the concessions. It's about the stale popcorn on your feet as you're getting ready for a little bit of a wind ensemble. Why are you hating?
Because I'm a natural-born hater.
And here's one thing I really like about this band. They have layers to it. Usually you see a lot of bands start with auxiliary only in the front, but they have layers. You got percussion, auxiliary, winds. It looks like you have your drums, as you can see, to the left and the right of your screen. They have their drum line split up. Now, I don't know if they're going to do some kind of formation where they march together, but I got to tell you, it's hard to play as a unit when you're that far apart. So,
do you want a telestrator? Do you want to show us, like, boom, there they go this way,
all right,
they go that way?
1 second here.
Look at them reading the newspaper. This is my favorite band. They're reading the newspaper in the very front, and Martinsville is now my new favorite band.
See, these are young people who appreciate the
Who says Prince is dead? Yes, exactly. Prince is alive and well, the Martinsville Marching Band. Look at these guys go.
And this is a very dangerous formation. See this weave? Remember the three-man weave made famous by Chicago Bulls? Well, this is Chicago, not the Bulls, not three-man. Who cares about sports? Who cares about the Harlem Globetrotters? Martinsville Band is giving you a way bigger weave. And you talked about the size of their band, but their small size gives them the benefit of pulling off these tricky maneuvers. You don't have to worry about 50 other kids in your way, falling, dropping their tubas on your foot. You've got a tight band, you've got some tight moves. I really like the dedication. You're making more out of less. Now the flag has come out all auxiliary. It's their time.
Like saying auxiliary, that's like each time you said auxiliary.
Well, because people sometimes mischaracterize them as something more as just the flags or the batons. There's so much more than that. Auxiliary is a more all-encompassing word. You don't just call them kick returners, they're special teams. They're more than just that.
Whatever you say, Justin.
look, he doesn't share my passion, but again, I do appreciate Martinsville, Ben. I'm glad we can bring you some of that action. I'm actually going to stop talking so you can just enjoy.
I mean, do we have
sweet
football?
sounds.
Do we have football we can show?
I'm enjoying this.
No, we're gonna go throw to some football. We're gonna go to the
All
Pike
right, we'll
Ben
go
Davis
back to
game.
Pike Ben Davis.
You did a great job breaking that down. I know you love that segment every week.
I look forward to it every way.
But this is a football show.
Other band lovers who are also football lovers, share your thoughts and maybe your band camp memories with me on social media. Hashtag IndyStar FNL. Let's get this trending for the third week in a row. I'm going to think about my glory days.
At one time at band camp.
That never happened. We run a clean band, and camps were always just family friendly.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're going to go to the action here, called by the Mick Network. We've talked too much already.
Thanks for listening.
He's going to be out there on the return, and two, let's see if he can return it in a favorable position again. And it looks like Eccles will be out there. So Eccles, well enough to run out on the field. Let's see if the Red Devils can put together a scoring drive before the half.
And if I'm Ben Davis, I'm probably not going to, even though he left the field a little dinged up, I'm not kicking the ball to him.
Squib kick right down Main Street, like you said, Daryl. And oh my, a tussle for the loose ball. But Pike was able to come away.
Pike was able. That's actually is that the third time tonight that's happened for the Red Devils, where the ball was laying on the field, where Ben Davis had an opportunity to recover it, but they were able to maintain possession. Look at that ball; just gets loose. Two guys collide. Ball's on the ground there, but again, that's very, very important. So if you're Pike, just go into the locker room down by 6 and regroup.
So here we go, big series coming up for the Red Devils. Can they capitalize with this field position? They have 85 yards to drive. Seidella down the field, hauled in by Eccles, has some room to run. Knocked out of bounds at the Ben Davis 45.
And what do I know? Pike comes right out and tosses down the field.
All right, we're going to jump back over to this Greenfield Mount Vernon matchup. Right now, Greenfield is down 18-0, but they do have the ball, and they are looking to close this gap as the second quarter winds out.
Fourth down.
It doesn't hurt you to go with this with under about 5 minutes to play in the first half. By the time you snap it, you'll be under 5.
They've yet to have Ben Polster line up for a field goal this season, and they will indeed roll the dice on 4th and 2.
Quarterback keeper here, 2 yards.
McKee, direct snap.
Nice.
On the handoff. Is it enough? Mount Vernon says no. I don't think he got there. They gave it to Nelson. Let's see. All going to depend on this spot. It'll be a turnover on downs.
All right, we're going to jump back over to Pike Ben Davis. Right now, Pike with possession, but they are down 14-20.
This season.
He didn't get his legs set before he released that. Thus, the ball goes into the turf. Stops the clock, though, but 3rd down and 6.
You said it, Daryl. 3rd and 6. 30 seconds to go. Not a lot of breathing room if you are the Red Devils. Rather, not much margin for error if they're going to try and get any sort of points.
Go for it here.
So here we go, 3rd and 6 from the Ben Davis 42. Fakes the handoff. Quick play to Simpson.
That is Simpson there, and he moves it forward. He maintains possession of the ball because he did take a really good hit, but he's going to be short of the 1st down.
And a timeout by Pike. By my count, they are out of timeouts. Take a quick look at that last play there as Simpson was unable to break free and get enough for a 1st down.
Took a very solid hit there and maintained possession of the ball and went down, again, short of the 1st down, but great reception by that young man.
So, Daryl, what do you do here if you are Coach Etch? Do you take a shot downfield? Do you just get enough for the 1st down Because if you do get the first down, remember, the clock does stop momentarily.
Well, we got a timeout here with 22 seconds left in the first half with Pike driving in Ben Davis territory. Give you some quick score updates here for halftime. Danville leads Lebanon 14-0. Avon leads HSE 28-6. We've been going back and forth. You've seen most of those scores. Brownsburg leads Franklin Central 20-7. We've shown you some highlights from that game earlier. Carmel halftime leads Center Grove 17-14 in the Copper Kettle. And Chittard, number 1 ranked Chittard in 3A, leads Roncalli 29-7. Let's go back to the action called by the MIC Network.
Has in store here on this 4th down.
And 4th and 3, you could catch them sleeping here and go for it here. You have options. That's
well,
a
you
good
have
thing.
to go for it.
Well, I mean, to the end zone. I mean, the long ball.
I see. And it's going to be a flat in the play, but
I better hope that is
Allen
not a lateral.
That is not a lateral, as that is a forward pass, but a poor thrown ball by Seidella.
Well, you know, the play started on the snap from center. The ball was never clean there, so that panic set in, and that play never had a chance.
So with that, we got 14 seconds left.
And that's what you hate. You get a timeout, you get a play call, 4th and 3, and this is the play you come up with. So that's a little tough. Again, it all started with the snap from center. It was never clean, and thus that knocked the rhythm of the play off, and Ben Davis was all over that.
So you got 14 seconds to work with. I don't think Gibson has an arm.
All right, well, we're going to take a little break to give you some more inside, behind the scenes kind of look at some action off the field with some news, and I've heard you got a story you want to queue up for us tonight.
I do. So last week, Hal Nenrip and multimedia journalist Grace Hollers were granted full access to New Pal's trip to Center Grove. New Pal being the number 1 team in the state in Class 5A, have won 56 now straight regular season games. So we got a little behind the scenes action, and this is a dope video from Grace Hollers.
So I got one question for you. What's your occupation? What's your occupation? What's your occupation? Let's go! This game is going to be a war. 1 minute. We have got to get through the storm here in the 3rd quarter and win it in the 4th, just like we talked about. And get a win when no one thinks you can do it. When our backs are against the wall and you guys ain't coming off the field and playing both ways, this is where you suck it up, have a little pride in what we do and who we are, and win this ball game in the 4th. Understood? Yes, sir. Finish the job. Finish the job. We got it in us? Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. Understand now that you have set the bar extremely high for yourself. Ready, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, ready! Get out of here!
All right, and shouts out again to IndyStar photojournalist Grace Hollers for capturing that amazing footage and getting that behind-the-scenes access at the New Palestine game. But we're not done yet. What else we got, Matt?
Well, Kyle Nedrup has another story that's in today's newspaper. Actually, it's up online right now, about Manual High School. Ray Schultz, the field bears his name. He was on the 1958 undefeated Manual team that some think might be the best Indiana high school football team of all time. Well, he's been at Manual for years and years and years. Like I said, his name is on the field, but the field hasn't really been in the best shape. That was until a 1981 Manual grad decided he wanted to raise some money to help shape up the field with a little Manual pride.
Doors on the press box were rotted out. We've got new doors. The concession stand totally redone. New roof. Jeff Cardwell, who owns the Do It Best down the street, donated all the materials for the re-roofing and the decking and all the siding there on the concession building. We worked with a local sign company here on the south side. Gave us a great price on the new sign. And, back before, where EMHS is, it said Manu. That was it. That's what was there. So now we've got goalposts redone, 30-second clock redone. There were some boards on the benches in the stadium that were broken. We came in and repaired those and tried to just make the place look really reflective of a great man.
In typical Mark Bow fashion, when I mentioned to him, I said, Mark, I don't care about having my name on the sign, but it's halfway up there. I just as soon just have it all taken down. Just throw it away. And he then saw me a little bit later, and he said, I'll take care of it. And that's typical of Mark. He's a mover, and when he says he's going to do something, it gets done. Right. Manual Pride and the Manual alumni, they really care about this school. And if there needs to be something done to spruce it up or make it better, they usually get behind it.
All right, another great story from IndyStar High School Sports Insider Cowden and Rip, shot by IndyStar photojournalist Michael McEldowney. And now for one of my favorite parts of the night, highlights. What do you got?
We've got highlights. We've got 3 clips here for you. We have a 43-yard touchdown run from Avon here. This is McCray with a good move to break the tackle right there. Oof. And he's going to go to the end zone. He's stumbling, he's bumbling, he's getting there. Touchdown.
Some great balance.
That is some great balance. And number 1 Avon taking care of business right now on the road at HSE. And we're going to watch a little celebration. Everyone,
they've earned it.
Everyone gets that. That's, I wish I could jump that high. Next highlight, we got Warren Central defensive back Terez Pipkin, my new favorite name. Got to make a great play right here on the ball. North Central try to go over the top. Pipkin says no, and you'll like it.
Pipkin ain't easy. What else we got?
Well done.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we've got Yorktown's Alex Gibson with a big return. Also a great form tackle here by the kicker. I think we can say like this. Pat McAfee did something like this against Trendon Holloway. Here we go. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Probably New Pal, the kicker's probably the same guy as the safety, though, because they have a lot of guys play both ways. So he had not your average kicker.
Well, he's making it happen. So awesome highlights. Shout out to our IndyStar Friday Night Live team who's collecting that at all those games across the area. And we're actually going to jump back into some action. Sounds like the Greenfield game is heating up.
That's Greenfield Central versus Mount Vernon. Greenfield Central has lost 15 straight games. They are desperate for a win. Mount Vernon is a good team. This would be quite the shock. I know Mount Vernon's got a lead here, but let's see what Greenfield Central can do.
All right, let's take it back to that game.
Your block and the grabbing of the jersey is going to come right out. Especially at this level and especially with a team as young as Greenfield Central is. It's still getting used to one another. We mentioned McKee only been really involved with the team for about 4 weeks. Everybody's still getting used to one another. And when you're going to scramble like that, higher percentage of that happening.
Yeah, now if you're Mount Vernon, you want to take this penalty and you want to march them all the way down, because if you could get a safety here, it is a momentum.
All right, we're going to jump back over to the matchup between Mooresville and Plainfield. Big play here, and this is brought to us by, again, the ISHAA Champions Network. Let's check in the action, called by Rob Blackman and Jan Bosher. And again, Mooresville up right now 14-7 against Plainfield and marching once again.
That was a smooth cutaway by our production team behind the camera there, because there's laundry on the field, and everyone knows laundry day is Sunday. So new game.
Let's go.
And he has a good run as well. It's a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards before Mason Scott can tackle him.
Now, this is an isolation play. What's really interesting, a lot of teams will do that. They've been going power, 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 getting off that surge to the front line. Then they kind of go to this hesitation play to force them to read a little bit. That's a unique way of calling plays, and it was successful for a couple of yardage, I should say.
2nd down and 2. Again, Robinson stays in the game as the tailback. And I'll give it to him again. There he goes, 1st down gain. Right now, Mooresville just gashing Plainfield up front.
You know, you talk about it, you hear the coaches talk about it, winning the trenches. Well, Mooresville's front line is dominating, and I will say this once again, Plainfield has got to shore up the tackling.
Dylan Ponder, 310-pound D lineman, is just subbed in for Plainfield. They're looking for any guy up front that can slow down this running game.
Well, you hear a lot of coaches come out at halftime going, guys, let's just run it right down their throats, and that's right Mooresville's trying to do here, and so far having some success.
Handed the ball to Green. Jacob Platt was able to wrestle him to the ground at the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 2. Maybe they'll give him 3 yards.
Mooresville gets this, if they're able to score, I should say. Man, they'll go up 2 scores. And once again, that really pressurizes that offensive Plainfield a little bit, but they're not in there yet. Red zone, here they are.
Again to Green. It's been all running plays here to start this second half, and I think you're right. That's exactly what Mike Gillen talked to his team about at halftime. We're going to run the football and establish the line of scrimmage in the 3rd quarter, and they've done that.
Well, especially when you've got the 1-score lead, you don't have to be near as risky. But, man, when your front line is playing as well as this, you don't need to be risky. It's our guys against your guys. Win the battle, we win.
3rd down and 3.
And the other part of it now, Rob, is this defense for Plainfield's been on the field now for a little while here to start this second half.
Oh, they give it to Green, who stumbled coming out of the blocks, but he was able to regain his balance. He falls forward inside of the 10-yard line. It's another first down run for Mooresville, and now it's going to be 1st and goal.
Well, here's a young man that's 5'8", 160. The size, you know, he's just dominating running. We've seen one of those last week in Columbus North, just a 5'7". And I've said this, I'll say it again. Those types of players, when they run hard and they're strong, are some of the most difficult players to bring down. They just are.
Green stays in the game as the tailback. 1st and goal.
Heart and desire, baby. That's what it is right here.
Back to Green, and this time the linebacking duo of Platt and Scott wrap him up immediately. A no gain, maybe even a loss of a yard here.
Linebackers come up and make a nice play again. And you can start to see this front line for Plainfield kind of holding their hands a little bit on their waist. They've been out here a long time. They want to get off the field. Still a lot to be played here in this series.
A 4.5-minute plus drive for Mooresville to start the second half. Now they're going to pass for the first time in the second half, and it's going to be a quarterback sack. They elected to pass for the first time in the 3rd quarter, and Jacob Platt will get credited with his first sack of the season.
Pressure comes from backside. Beebe looked like he had some pressure in there as well.
Boy, how about the Pioneers? They had kept it on the ground for every single play until that one, and the Plainfield defense was ready.
Now, if you're Plainfield, you're 3rd. You've got to get a stop here.
3rd and goal from the 12. This was a 1st and goal from the 9. Now the ball's at the 12-yard line. Perry wants to throw. A little shovel pass underneath. It was mishandled for a moment, and that hesitation means Plainfield is going to keep him out of the end zone on that play. It was just a little bit of a hesitation on the catch by the young man who wears number 22. That is Nick Gregory, and just that little bit of a hesitation allowed the defense to catch up to him.
Not sure he would have made a touchdown. He may have, but for sure it cost him 2 to 3 yards.
And it looks like Mooresville here, looking at a 4th and goal from the 5, is going to trot on the field goal team, and they are.
Yeah, you want points here.
So Brock Bodell will attempt a 22-yard field goal, his first field goal attempt of the season, and it is good. So he's 1 for 1.
All right, so Mooresville's field goal extends their lead. Now they're sitting at 17-7, so they are enjoying that game. And heard we got some highlights on deck.
We always have highlights on deck.
That's how we do it. What
yes,
we got?
So a big game down at the lower levels. This is Triton Central Lutheran. Lutheran number 1 in the state in Class A. Triton Central number 4 in 2A. Lutheran Blake White throwing in. There's a pick. Nice dive off the deflection from Triton Central.
Great concentration.
That's a big game there in the lower levels. We'll have full coverage of that later on IndyStar.com. Going to another highlight. You actually saw this play earlier. This is a Zionsville touchdown, the fade pass, and Trey Firestone, he's going to do what he does. It's going to go up, get it, and that's his. Mine. That's what he said.
And we brought you that live on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
That's how we do it. And another play here. We got an Avon touchdown, long pass to the tight end here. Whoop, right in front of the defender. Good concentration. He's going to rumble. He's going to stumble. He actually didn't stumble because he just rumbled into the end zone. Touchdown, Avon. Again, number 1 in the state. Looks like they're going to stay there. And our last highlight of this grouping is from Brownsburg. But okay, they were still celebrating. I didn't want to
cut the celebration
I did
short.
not want to cut off their celebration. But we're going to Brownsburg here. This is a 30-yard pass play. Preston Terrell comes back for the ball, waits on it, got it. It actually wasn't a touchdown, but it was a nice contested catch. Brownsburg leads that game 20-7 at halftime. Mentioned that Triton Central Lutheran game. That is 14-14 at halftime.
All right. And another great collection of highlights from our IndyStar Friday Night Live team. We're going to kick it back over to that Cedar Grove Carmel game.
Big game.
So let's see what's going on there. Again, a huge game. We've been tracking all night. So let's jump into the action right now.
bottled up. He gets 1 yard.
Just too slow. You know, it gives the defense time enough. You fake once, and then you finally hand it off. The defense by that time has figured out exactly where you're going, and they're running to the football and making it very difficult on themselves right now.
3rd and 11.
Figured they got to pick up about 8 yards to give themselves a chance on 4th down. 6, 7 yards maybe.
Delp in motion. Taven Jackson fires and an incomplete pass. And a flag thrown by the back official. He was looking for Mason Long, and the back official saw something. Could be interference against Carmel.
It's got to be defense. I mean, the offense didn't do anything.
It looked like Mason was being held by number 7. Number 7, Owen Schaefer, cornerback. He's a junior.
That ought to be.
All right, going to jump back over to this Mooresville matchup.
This is actually Martinsville Greenwood.
Oh, Martinsville Greenwood. Well, our team tried, but, you know, they left us hanging. Martinsville Greenwood, and again, 25-6, Greenwood enjoying a sizable lead over Martinsville right now.
This is a surprise. Now, there haven't been a lot of surprises tonight. This is a bit of a surprise.
18. Once again, the Greenwood having the lead. That's dangerous because they do like to milk the clock. They huddle up. They run the football, so gives their opponents not a lot of opportunities to have the football. So that's why it's very important that defense can get a stop, get off the field, get the football back in the hands of the offense, especially being down. Here's a pass. Rao makes one man miss. He's still scrambling, throws it. It is caught on the far sideline and knocked out of bounds. No, he's not knocked out of bounds. I thought he was, and he was. It looks like the official has him marked out of bounds. We'll see where exactly he was marked out of bounds. But he is going to be inside the 20 for a first down. So Oliver Rao was able to escape some pressure, get away from 2 Martinsville defenders, complete that pass for a first down, and now Artesian's in some trouble here. So Oliver Rao has passed just enough to keep Artesians honest, and they've had some success, and nice tackle there. Weston Pemberton, I believe, like a torpedo, came in there and dropped Hasig for no gain. But the Artesians going to need a couple more of those plays. And there's the defensive replay. We just saw what number 26, Weston Pemberton, coming out of nowhere and bringing Hasig down, maybe 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. So another.
All right, we're going to jump over to the Mooresville-Plainfield matchup. Mooresville has a 17-7 lead and possession.
We got a penalty. Looks like a hold. They're going to back up Mooresville's offense. They got the ball back off an interception. They had just scored a field goal. You might be wondering how they got the ball back so quick. It was an interception. It had them in good field position, but looks like that miscue, the holding penalty, is going to bring it back here.
No, field position is still not too shabby.
It's a 33.
It's good. Not great.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
It's a good place to start a drive. If you had asked me, you can start the drive on the 33. Would I take it? I'd take it.
Let's take it away again with the action called by Rob Blackman and Jan Bosher.
Or so here. Draw play. Tried to hand the ball, did actually hand the ball to Robinson, but he was quickly wrapped up. Well, maybe that penalty is what Plainfield needs to just give them a little bit of juice now on defense. Platt with the tackle.
Well, once again, Plainfield's defense has been on this field the majority of this third period.
Time of possession, third quarter dominated by Mooresville. We're under 90 seconds, now under 80 seconds to play in this third quarter. Perry is lined up in the shotgun. He wants to pass. All kinds of time. Delivers, and that ball was almost intercepted. Thrown into dangerous territory. Mason Scott tipped.
All right, going to jump back in. Greenwood is in the red zone against Martinsville and looking to run up this score.
Did he get that? I don't think he did. Nice effort. Really nice effort. Good stand there by Martinsville's defense. They could not afford to give up another touchdown there, or this game would have been out of hand. Martinsville does have a good offense, But so far, it looks like the Greenwood defense has had the best of it. Are we going back to the Mooresville game? Sounds like we are. Back and forth, back and forth. We got Mooresvilles, we got Martinsvilles, we got Plainfields, we got Greenfields. Let's get a little more creative with our names, Indiana. But here's Mooresville, Plainfield.
They're going to throw out to the flank. It was
incomplete.
not caught cleanly. Kyler Evans tried to pick it up off the top of the artificial surface. And fourth down now.
Four down territory for sure.
Yeah, you're right. You just look at the body language of the team wearing the white jerseys. Plainfield, they look tired on defense.
You think about how many minutes you actually play, and they have played a majority of that here in the third period, from actual snap count time.
All right, we're going to jump back over to this Avon HSE game. And again, Avon is number one. They got a huge lead, 28-6. Right now, let's take it away with the action courtesy of the Southeastern Sports Network.
D-line's holding up pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty well against a pretty good offensive line.
Oh, wow.
Got to make that tackle.
Yeah, that was Chris Stein.
Yeah, he just overran it. It was a bad angle.
I will say, ever since he has dropped the ball on that one play,
the
literally,
post route,
Remington
first drive,
Gall has made up for it tenfold so far tonight and has had quite a few very good plays.
Yeah.
Including a touchdown. And now they're going to hand it off to him.
There you go.
And it's not going to get a ton of yards as there are quite a few rows down there. Nate Haas, one of the ones trying to get in there, kind of had him from behind. I will say one defensive lineman that we have not called the name, and kind of because he is going up against big number 54 Blake Fisher. That's JT Munchner so far tonight, but he's had a big task on his hands tonight.
And yeah, he's been in there a few times, and he's helped get penetration. He's having I think still a good game. He's just not showing up as much on the stat sheet.
Well, there's Evan Lanson. That's going to be a sack.
Yeah, him and
Chris Stein.
Chris Stein, pressure off the edge, forced Hessen to kind of roll to his right, and then Evan Lance was also right there. And
it's not quite 3rd and 40 like we saw in the Bears-Packers game last night, but it's 3rd and long. So we're going to go ahead and give you highlights, right?
I know that's hard for a couple Bears fans. I know too soon. My bad.
That's all right.
You missed Cutler yet? Highlights.
All right, new pal. We got a touchdown pass. Blake Austin's wide open here. Got to wait on it. That's the hardest one to catch because you got time to think about it, but concentration, A+. All right, here we got another Preston Terrell. He had a long pass earlier. Well, this is him making a diving touchdown grab right there. Nice play. Brownsburg against Franklin Central. Dogs doing what they do. Arf, arf. All right, and our last highlight, Warren Central with an interception right there against North Central in the end zone. Just take it to the 20. Good job done there by the Warren Central defense. Again, they are playing to honor their fallen assistant coach, 84-year-old. Yep. So we're going to Carmel Center Grove.
Yeah, we're going to jump back into that Carmel Center Grove game. We're trying to keep an eye on it, but the action is moving fast. So let's take it away right now. Carmel leading 17-14, but Center Grove has possession. Not quite at midfield, but they're going to try and make it work. Let's take it away.
now.
Up front doing a nice job creating some big holes right there. Picked up about 6.
Mitchell Evans, sophomore, 6 yards to the 50-yard line. This is Coach Eric Moore football, wing T football at its finest. Long drives, wear out the defense.
This is where he'll put you to sleep every once in a while. This is where he might throw. He might fake into the middle. He might throw a long one down the sidelines there too.
New set of downs. Fruits sticking with that end around. Taking down across the 50.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to pick up some yardage right there, and somebody cut him.
Yeah, he got cut.
Yeah, he got cut just about the time he was ready to make his move. You can see right now you think, wow, there's a boom, and
you take a gasp because he's coming back from that ACL knee injury suffered last year, so he bounced right back up. He's ready to go. 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans. Fast third quarter, a lot of running plays by both teams. We have 3:10 left to play. In the third, Center Grove down 17-14. We got a great one here.
Clock down to 4, 3, 2.
Mitchell Evans, nice
That's a good
little
run right
yeah,
there.
you can see him plant that right foot and cut back to the left.
He gained 2 additional yards that he probably should have never gotten just on pure heart right there.
5 yards for Mitchell Evans. 3rd and 3 for the Trojans here in the 22nd annual Copper Kettle game. Coach Moore 10-10 in these Copper Kettle games. Trojans have won the last 4 straight against the Greyhounds. Big 3rd down here for the Trojans. 3rd and 3. And Mitchell Evans bangs ahead for the first down. He's across the 40 to the 39. Tip your hat to the center.
All right, we'll jump back over to Westfield, Zionsville, and give you an update here. It looks like score now sitting at 38-14. Westfield is running away with this one.
They just added another touchdown there, so 38-14. We were watching that Carmel Center Grove game. We were a little late to it, guys. Sorry about that, but I promise you Westfield scored. It wasn't number 26 or number 59 because they're not in pads. But someone on their team scored.
All right, we're going to jump back over to Carmel Center Grove so we can make sure we don't miss this scoring opportunity as Center Grove has possession, just got a first down, and they are marching downhill again, taking things, slowing things down, playing at their pace, but they're trying to recapture this lead against Carmel.
Center Grove might be 0-2, but they were in the game late against Warren Central. Warren Central scored with like 3 minutes left to go to take the lead in that game, 21-14. Taven Jackson drove the Trojans all the way down to about the 6-yard line, but time ran out, couldn't spike the ball in time, so that's how they lost that. Then they played New Pal, and like I said, New Pal's won 56 straight regular season games. Doesn't matter what class they are. They are not a Lindell engine that could. New Pal is a very good team, and New Pal, that Center Grove game, that was tight late in the game as well.
Absolutely.
So this is a good Center Grove team. This is not your typical 0-2 team.
Play at the 40-yard line, holding against Center Grove, and
boy, that was a late flag.
We saw this so many times last week against New Palestine, where the Trojans had holding calls that just shot themselves in the foot, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult for them to pick up first downs once they get that call. I mean, all of a sudden now it's going to be 2nd down and about 20. Second and 21. I mean, you got to come out and throw the football. You got to tell your quarterback, look to take off and run if at all possible. Clear out a section, give him an opportunity to run the football, throw the football. But boy, they're still in the tight formation here.
Taven Jackson over the top. He's going to take a shot, and it's picked off at
flag,
the 20.
flag, 2 flags, 3 flags.
3 flags down. Taven Jackson took a hit. He's slow to his feet. Boy,
now
he
it's
took
a 15-yard penalty, right? It's not an automatic. It's not a spot foul.
15-yard penalty, and Taven is to his feet. As he let go, he was hit. And number 15, the intended receiver, vied for the Trojans. He was interfered with. So a 15-yard penalty.
Carmel fans obviously do not like that. It's not an automatic first down, though. Remember, we had 21 yards to go, so you get 15 on that. And it should be 2nd and 6.
Once again, Taven slow to his feet, but he remains in the ball game. Football at the 35, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. Straight ahead, Trojans.
We're going to kick it back over to Martinsville, taking on Greenwood. Martinsville is getting close to a scoring opportunity here, but they got a big gap to close, down 25-6.
If Martinsville's going to do anything, I think Andy Myers is going to be the receiver for them that's going to get it done. Not sure if Andy Myers is that running off the field right now, so it might not be him. But he's had a great start to the season. Xavier Tenatus, the quarterback, has had a really good start to the season. So let's see what the Artesians can do here against the Woodmen. Very important 3rd and 2 late in the 3rd quarter.
I think that's Weston Pemberton again, and that time got another first down run. They're going to stick with Weston Pemberton on this drive. So Artesian's in the red zone here, and all season it seems like when they've gotten this red zone, they've stalled out. They get big plays, but once they kind of get a little closer to that end zone, the field shrinks a little bit. It makes things a little bit harder. Billy Bias with that reception gets pushed out of bounds. Ran a lot, but didn't get much for it, maybe a yard or two. Yeah, when this field shrinks for the Artesians, they get in a goal line situation or the red zone. They've struggled early on in this season to put points on the board. Now, part of it is trying to figure out that kicking game. So they're usually going for it on fourth down. But let's see if they can punch this one in from the red zone here. Weston Pemberton tries to make one-man miss. He does, but cannot make the second defender miss. So a modest gain there for Weston Pemberton. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 5. Big 3rd down play here for Martinsville. Obviously, they're in 4-down territory with the score being what it is. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They've kept Greenwood offense off the field, but still no points on the board this quarter. Fakes it to Nix, and he nearly a one-handed catch by Craig Wesner, but a flag will come late. A lot of contact there between Craig Wesner and his defender. We'll see what the play, what the official call is. Personal foul face mask. That's what I thought. Greenwood player had Craig Wesner by the face mask when he was trying to defend him. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so that should put the Artesians at 1st and goal. Officials trying to figure out where exactly to spot the ball. And they'll set it just at the 6 or 7 yard line, it looks like. So it looks like the officials, so it's no longer a personal foul, it's a face mask, which is not a personal foul apparently in high school. So that's not an automatic first down, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 6 yard line, and Artesians just sneak it. And nice job by Will Nix to push his quarterback across the first down marker there, because initially Xavier did not have it. He spun off of his blocker there, and then number 44, Will Nix, gave him a hard push, get him across that first down. Artesians go quick. Will Nix, number 44, lowers his shoulder, gets met by a defender, and stood up. Not much room there for Mr. 44, Will Nix. So we'll see if Whitson wants to run another play. Under 20 seconds to go. 2nd and goal from the 4 yard line. Artesians still trail Greenwood 25-6. 10 seconds left. It looks like they're going to try to run one more play here before the end of the quarter. Xavier will take it. Xavier fires it well over the head of his intended receiver, and that will stop the clock with half a second left just about.
All right, let's jump back over to this Ben Davis-Pike matchup. Ben Davis with the ball and the lead, enjoying that 20-14 advantage over Pike right now, and they are close to scoring once again.
Division 1 level, so
guess who's in the end zone again?
You said it. Number 4 for number 4. Trent Gibson finds himself in the end zone once again.
Well, I'll tell you what, somebody's got to account.
All right, jumping back over to this Martinsville game again. Last play of the quarter.
Design draw, I think, but he went nowhere, and that will end it for the 3rd quarter. And we'll go to the other side of the field. Artesians will be looking at a 4th and goal and a huge play coming up in this 4th quarter. We'll take a break and be right back.
All right, and jumping right into some action in Plainfield and Mooresville. Looks like Mooresville is marching again.
Nice run here. Great blocking downfield. Look at the receiver down there doing his job, making sure you can get all the extra yardage. Gobble it up.
Down. Man, big-time yardage, and, man, that's a back-breaker.
And what about that block by Nick Gregory, his fullback, the H-back on that particular play to open up the running lane. This is a good blocking team in Mooresville. Robinson again carrying. Gets down around the 10, still moving, he's inside of the 10. One thing I've noticed tonight, downfield blocking by the receivers and the running backs by Mooresville is really, really good. And quite frankly, by the offensive line, too. How about that block downfield there? A moment ago, we saw from number 71, Alstott Van de Vender making a block down the field.
Rob, to your point, championship teams do those types of things. All pieces of their game, all the details are what makes championship teams. They just do.
Mooresville can put the icing on the cake if they can find a way to score now. Tackle made by Monday, who's been busy defensively here in the second half. Platt gets up off the bottom of the pile as well. But again, it's a tired-looking Plainfield defense. They've been on the field most of the second half.
Yes, sir, they have. Quick update score for you, Westfield 38, Zionsville 14.
We are under 5 minutes to go in the game. Second and goal from the 7 for Mooresville. Robinson met right in the hole. Falls forward to about the 3-yard line, maybe the 2. Aggressive defense by Plainfield on a strong tackle, but still moving forward was Robinson.
Well, more importantly, just continue to eat the clock.
Now you're under 4.5 to play. Yeah, at this point now, you're thinking turnover if you're Plainfield, if you want to have a chance. Because you're trailing 17-7. The game clock is under 4 minutes and 12 seconds to play. Full house, power eye backfield here for Mooresville. They give it to the deep man Green, and he scores. Touchdown, Mooresville.
All right, so a big touchdown there from Mooresville. They're going to extend that lead, and they are sitting pretty comfortably here as that game winds to a close, at least getting closer to a close.
Mooresville co-number 1 in their class. So
they're showing it tonight.
4A. Yeah, they looked like the real deal. Plainfield's ranked number 9 in 5A, so a class up for Mooresville. And Mooresville, Mike Gillen, what he did last year, the momentums keep on going through.
All right. Talking about momentum, let's see some more highlights.
Let's keep the momentum going.
That's
yeah,
right.
Great segue. Here we go. New Pal touchdown. Lincoln Roth again. He's having himself a big game. There he goes, deep. Look at that catch by Austin.
Great catch.
That's his second touchdown catch. New Pal's up 41-6. It looks like win number 57 in a row.
Wow.
Is in the bag. So good on them. Here comes Roncalli. Best play of the night so far. We got a Roncalli safety. He's going to get that in. Ooh, you know, that's play of the week material, fellas. That was a heck of an interception there.
Went right in his pockets. What do we got?
Though Chittard is winning that game big over Roncalli. Now we got Preston Terrell. I've said his name a few times today. Ben Easters finds him. Touchdown, Brownsburg. The Dogs are getting some separation in their game against Franklin Central. Again, we had talked about Franklin Central being a sleeper team. Brownsburg is for real. They're woke. They're up big.
Absolutely, and big thank you to our IndyStar Friday Night Live team members who are out collecting those highlights around the area. That's fine. That's fine. And we actually want to take a quick moment and a 60-second word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. Big thank you to Bath Experts for the support. So let's jump back into this Carmel Center Grove matchup that has been tight all night. Carmel has the ball now, trying to get a little bit of separation here in the fourth. enjoying that 17-14 lead over Center Grove. Let's take it away with some action.
Christian Williams split out here to the left.
Exactly, that's the guy.
And the quarterback's going to run it, and he's going to be
Not
well
enough.
short. Booker with the tackle.
Nice job by Center Grove closing down right there. A lot of times the quarterback gets out and he's going to pick up that first down, but you can see how they closed in on him, able to bring him down.
Couple of yards, that's it. 4th and 8.
Need to be up. You need to be aware. The 21 is the punter. Somebody should be talking about this on the sidelines, out there on the field. He's their second best, rusher, and he could take off at any time. So make sure that he kicks the football first and foremost.
John Rogers to punt this one away for the Carmel Greyhounds. Rogers averaging 38 yards per punt coming into tonight's game. This one's short. It rolls inside the 40. Center Grove had great.
All right, we're going to jump back into that Hamilton Southeastern matchup as they're taking on Avon. Right now, that score 35-6. Avon enjoying a very comfortable lead here, and not sure what the options are when you're down 35-6. And
score. Your option is to score.
Okay, but how do you stop the other team from scoring if you haven't done it yet?
Wow, he got rocked there by a lineman for Avon there. The defensive line for Avon's played really well tonight. I will say that about Avon. Their defensive line has gotten pressure when needed, and they've been really strong in the running game. Hobson's going to go ahead and throw it. Caught Ben Boysen. He's going to get a first down. Hey, it may be a little bit too little too late, but good drive here.
Yeah, they're making a good drive, good catch, and good route by Ben Boysen. Coming down to 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Here we go. Boysen going to go ahead and here we go. Hobson going to go ahead and drop back, throw, and Tony Myers, touchdown, Royals.
Good for Tony Myers. Yeah. He used to be a running back, and he has transitioned to wide receiver over the last couple weeks, ran a post route. Good for Tony Myers. And
let's get a second look at that, Tyler.
All right, beautiful touchdown in that HSC Avon game. HSC closing the gap a bit, so let's jump back over to this Carmel Center Grove matchup with the action right now.
By the time you turn your head back, see, he fakes here, he fakes there. By the time you turn your head back, they're already after you. You don't even get a chance to look downfield. That's why I would, in that situation, I would much rather see him in the shotgun where he can see the people coming at him. He can pick out holes to run. He can pick out places to throw the football. Eric Moore's won a lot more football games than I will ever win. But it's tough on a young quarterback when you fake here and there, and by the time you turn around, you got a defensive lineman in your face.
Ty Wise, actually linebacker, with the tackle. Taven gets off a nice booming punt. Fair catch at the 30-yard line. So
That's
well
pretty
done
good
by
right
Taven.
there. Yes, sir.
41 yards.
All right, punting that game, so we're going to jump back over to Pike Ben Davis. Ben Davis with possession and a 27-14 lead as the third quarter starts to wind down.
And you might be wondering why we've shown so many punts this week. Well, I will tell you, because Pat McAfee is a big fan of the show. A lot of you might not know Pat McAfee got his start in showbiz with the Indianapolis Star with the Pat McAfee show many, many years ago. So he can't help himself but devour IndyStar digital video content.
Are you
online.
taking credit for Pat's showbiz career here?
I am, yeah. I was actually a big part of that show. My wife wanted me to propose to her on the show, or at least my boss wanted me to do that. I thought, no way, my wife wouldn't go for that. And then afterwards, I told her my boss wanted us to get engaged on the show.
How'd you feel about it?
That would have been a great idea, she said. I go, what?
Oh, so
really?
you fumbled a pretty golden opportunity there.
I did.
Also, shouts out to Pat as a WWE and wrestling fan. He's doing his thing over there too. Still waiting for him to get into the ring. Don't poo-poo wrestling.
It's all right. Let's go to the game.
All right.
These drops, ball snapped too high, too low, but
ball is nearly intercepted.
And Seidella he was very fortunate there not to give up his 5th INT of the season there, because that was in and out of the hands. That should have been caught.
That was Capone Powell making a break on the ball. He was beat on that last play, but made up for it nicely with the near interception. It's going to bring up second down for the Red Devils.
So if you Pike, shake it off and let's do something else.
Out of the gun again. Seidela has strip set to the left. One receiver to the right. Fakes the handoff. Seidela looking for running room and slides down near the first down marker at the 40.
That's a great play, great option there, because I thought he was going to try to pitch it out there, but he saw that he had the daylight in front of him, and he just tucked it, and they picked up the yardage, first down, moving the sticks. Actually, no, 3rd and 2, actually. So he got close to it, but not close enough. As you can see there, he just pulls it in and got really close to the marker here and just kind of did the slide. He was safe at second. Trust me, he was safe.
You would know, Mr. Baseball umpire.
I would have called him out in baseball.
Handoff on 3rd down. That is to Darius Williams, and he has enough for a first down. It'll be marked down at the 35, gain of 5 and a first down. Time ticking away here in the 3rd quarter as we approach the 2-minute mark. Red Devils are going to have to put together a drive here if they're going to stay in the...
Oh, we're going to jump back over to the Zionsville-Westfield game.
And he's going to jump into the end zone.
Man, another score right here, brought to you on IndyStar Friday Night Live. Let's take it away with the call.
Colin Price continues to impress on the Indiana Members Credit Union replay. Watch it right here. Just walks in by himself. I mean, good execution. Got pushed down there.
All right, jumping over to Pike Ben Davis right now. More action coming at you from IndyStar Friday Night Live.
And I can give you a couple score updates from around the area.
All right, let's do it.
Lawrence Central leads Lawrence North 14-0. That game got a late start, about 8:30 over at Lucas Oil Stadium, the Battle of Lawrence. Chittard leads Roncalli 47-7. Tri-West leads Frankfort 55-0. And that big game in Class A 2A, Triton Central and Lutheran are tied at 14.
Second down, left side, and that ball is incomplete. It almost looked like the ball hit the shoe of Eccles.
It was well behind Eccles. He just turned to try to pick that up. But it may have hit, like you said, hit his shoe and bounced up, but that ball was certainly behind him.
Well, there was certainly some confusion because it looked like Ben Davis thought they had a takeaway there.
You play till you hear the whistles, buddy.
Well, here we go again. 3rd down. They were able to convert their last one. Seidela looking towards the sideline for the call. He's got Williams flanked to his left. 3 receivers stretched out wide. Play clock's ticking down. And Williams knocked in the backfield, bounces outside, trying to get the first down yardage, and he cannot.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a broken play from the jump, but he was able to bounce it to the outside. But Ben Davis was right there. 1, 2, 3 guys waiting on him to actually seal the deal. So we're 4th and 4. And again, this is a pretty decent drive by the Red Devils, but you got to be able to cash it in. You got to be able to go down here and pick up this first down and keep this going. You have to.
Last time they went for it on 4th down, they failed to convert.
It was a bad snap. We talked about that, so they have to. That's the one thing. Get the ball to the quarterback first, as we have a timeout here by
All right, we're going to jump back over to this Carmel-Center Grove matchup. Still 17-14. Carmel with possession, and they are in the red zone looking to extend their lead.
I mean, this could be the death blow. Touchdown here. You know, there's 2 minutes left in the game. What really can Center Grove do at this point? So big chance here to stop them.
Let's take it away with the call.
Hands it off. Downing gets a couple. Timeout called by Center Grove. Stops the clock with 2 minutes left to play after a 3-yard gain by Downing. What an interesting second half. Neither team has scored. A lot of.
All right, jumping back over to the Martinsville-Greenwood game. Right now, 25-18 is the score.
There, so
1 for 2 here.
We're going to try it again.
Touchdown. So it was 25-6 at one point for Greenwood, but now Martinsville looking to make it a 5-point game.
It's a 5-point game, so a touchdown would put you on top. Right now you're down 7, so you need a touchdown and either an extra point to tie or a 2-point conversion to win. Artesians haven't tried an extra point at all so far tonight. Xavier looking, he's going to roll to his right. He's being chased, throws it, and basically just throws it away. So the 2-point conversion's no good. So it's a 7-point game. So they're
all right, we're going to jump out of the action and back to the studio for some highlights.
Are we in the studio?
This is the studio.
This is the studio. Okay. Well, here we go. We got highlights. We got a Bishop Chittard safety going to grab this errant throw, and he's going to take it all the way for pick six. Like I said, this was a 47-7 game, and he's got some wheels. Look at those little legs go.
Oh, in the words of good old JR, he's quicker than the hiccup.
Yeah. Is that a Dallas reference?
That's actually a wrestling reference.
Okay, because JR I know from Dallas. But
good old JR Jim Ross.
Oh, got it now.
Take it away, more highlights.
All right, well, here we go. This was before the Lawrence North game started at Lucas Oil Stadium. Kyle Neddenrip, get out of the way.
Oh.
What are you doing? He says he thought they were going to veer. They didn't. Kyle, that is a brave man right there. Yeah.
But credit to Kyle. He stayed in the pocket. He took the hit.
He did take the hit.
Our IndyStar High School Sports Insider knows that sometimes you got to take the hit to get the good, get the good play.
When we say he's in the thick of the action, he's in the thick of the action. All right, next highlight. We got a great catch here from Yorktown's Austin Hill. Back shoulder throw, nice rollout. Here we go. Now, I said it was 41-6 at one point. That's the 6. That's a nice play. Well done, Yorktown. Not going to be enough to beat New Pal.
Absolutely, and another shout-out to our team who's collecting those highlights, and another shout-out to Kyle Neddenrip, who, again, is bringing you coverage as it happens, those great video packages, and his back's probably going to hurt tomorrow because he got pancaked by that excited team.
We went inside the All Access with New Pal last week. He probably still thought he had All Access this week. Lawrence Central didn't get the memo.
Absolutely. So back over to Carmel Center Grove, and as you mentioned before, this is a big moment and a big opportunity to either make or break this game right now.
Center Grove is going to call a timeout here because they just forced a 4th down and 3 now. Big stop from the Trojans defense. So they call timeout to stop the clock. You would imagine the Greyhounds are going to line up for a field goal. You would think that way a touchdown is the only way you lose, though maybe you go for the 3 yards and then just milk the clock after that and don't have to play any defense.
Yeah, very important decision to make here.
What decision would you make, Justin? Would you kick the field goal, go for the points?
Personally, I'm going for the field goal.
Or are you going for the 3 yards? In high school football, it might be easier to get 3 yards than the field goal. A lot of the time, high school, field goals can be an adventure.
You would say that, but at the same time, these defenses have been, again, you can see by how tight this game has been, the score trades back and forth, and it's been 17-14 for a long time. This defense they're excited, they're jacked up. They know that if they get this stop, it means their opportunity to win this game, so I wouldn't test them.
It looks like Spencer Hanna, the kicker, is out there to try to make it a 20-14 game. Let's go in with the action to see if the Carmel kicker can make it.
A 27-yard field goal from the left hash to try and make it a 6-point lead here for Carmel. Good snap, the hold, plenty of leg. It's good. So a 6-point lead for Carmel with 1:41 left to play. That's a 27-yard field goal.
All right, it's a big field goal there, so let's jump back into Westfield. Zionsville score 45-21 in Westfield's favor, and it is the 4th quarter, so they've got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it.
This action, again, brought to us by WHMB TV 40. We appreciate all of our partners willing to make this happen. Their streams allow us to go in and out of games. They're doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and we just get to sit back, have fun, and press buttons.
Defense, he started as a freshman last year, and on defense, and got some action offensively too. And he's getting a lot of action tonight on offense as well. So
Talley, and he went in there. Touchdown for Nick Talley.
His first touchdown of the season. Watch him get to the edge over there, being congratulated by the offensive line again for Westfield, who's just been outstanding tonight. Watch Talley as a quarterback run the entire time. Jack Pfeiffer out there blocking for him, as well as number 80, Reed Sheppers. And Talley takes it into the end zone. His first touchdown on the Indiana Members Credit Union.
All right, let's jump back into this Greenwood-Martinsville game, and this has been an interesting one. Like you mentioned earlier, it was a 25-6 deficit for a lot of the game for Martinsville, but they came surging back, and right now actually have an opportunity here.
Yeah, and that is the international sign of I was being held, coach. That's why I didn't make the tackle.
About 4, I would say. Coming up for Martinsville. Martinsville defense, I should say, as Greenwood does have the football. Ball's at the 30, check that 27-yard line. So you've not only got to get a stop here, but you almost have to get a tackle for loss or no gain, because another first down for Greenwood just gives them more chances to chew the clock up. And Martinsville just used their first timeout, so they've got 2 left. So perfect scenario for them would be here to get 2 more stops, be able to stop the clock, maybe get a turnover on downs, and still have about 3 minutes or more left to try to tie this game up or take the lead. Hasig bounces off one, but gets tackled and maybe gets a yard. Nice job of the defensive line.
Game that we have been showing you on the first play with Center Grove's drive. Taven Jackson drops back to pass and is hit while he's trying to throw, fumbles the ball, recovered by Carmel. It's pretty much going to be a wrap in that game now. Carmel will just run the clock out. The Greyhounds going to beat the Trojans, who are going to fall to 0-3. And really 3 tough losses. They've played 3 of the best teams in the state. They've played Warren Central, New Pal, and Carmel. So no shame in being 0-3, but still's got to sting a little bit for the Trojans. Let's go back to this. Well, here we're going to Pike Ben Davis, and wow, as I was calling it, touchdown Pike. Look at this score. Look at this game we've got.
That is huge for Pike right now, and talk about crucial time for him to make that big play.
Both these teams are 0-2. They don't want to go to 0-3. 1-2 looks a lot better. Great play here. Nice little drop back. Fake handoff. Look at that. Right in stride. That's how you draw it up. Touchdown Pike. Again, this game is brought to us by the MIC Network. You can watch this game. It's in entirety because there's almost a whole 4th quarter left. You can watch it in its entirety on IndyStar.com.
He's making some pretty decent decisions. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, the Pike Red Devils are leading the Ben Davis Giants 28-27. So much for that separation.
Coach's box.
All right, jumping back over to Greenwood, Martinsville, and looks like it's going to be a timeout Martinsville. They're going to think about it.
We like timeouts here. Gives us a chance to catch our breath. But, yeah, the Artesian's got to get the ball back. 1 possession game. Again, I said that this score was kind of a surprise all night. Martinsville's got a chance here. Now, they've got to score a touchdown. They've got to score the extra point. I wouldn't put it past Carter Whitson to score here and go for 2 maybe to go for the win. It's an early season game in the Mid-State, Mid-State Conference. So
definitely a make-or-break 4th down coming up right here.
Well, they're going to punt the ball. Greenwood. Greenwood's got the ball.
Oh, Greenwood has the ball.
Greenwood has the ball.
See, you always got my back.
I think Greenwood has the ball because number 55 looks like a linebacker.
Well, let's take it away with the call right now.
And then get the stop. Now, if Greenwood had the kicker here, they could make this a 2-score game, but they obviously do not have that kicker on their roster. So Artesians got to watch out for a hard count here because it's coming. Because Artesians are biting at the bit. Nope, it's going to be a pass play. Oliver Rao back to pass. He's going to throw it deep, and it is broken up. And he caught it. The official said he caught it. What a catch. And you cannot ask for a better play from Adam Field, who got his hands on it, knocked it away, but somehow the Greenwood player came up with it. We're going to take a look at it here. Oliver Rao goes deep. You see Adam Field get his hand on it, and on the tip ball, it was caught by Leonard Bolden, who caught that just before it hit the turf.
That play was something.
That was something else.
I mean,
serious
the heartbreak on
concentration.
4th and 5, you get your hand on it as a defender. You think you've done your job. Great concentration from the Greenwood receiver. That game, I mean, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Absolutely. So jumping back into Pike Ben Davis, still tight. Let's see how they respond after that last score, as Ben Davis is right now looking to stop Pike from possibly getting a score that's going to.
Ben Davis has the ball.
Oh, excuse me. The indicator led me astray. Let's take it away with the call and the action in this Pike Ben Davis matchup. Take it away with the call.
Poke away potential of a fumble.
2nd and 7. This time it's to Hassel. Up the middle. Plowing through defenders before picking up a first down. That was a gain of 8 on that carry. So let's see what the Giants can do to respond. They're not used to playing with the lead. They've been used to coming from behind.
I think both teams are really used to that.
That is very true. Another handoff to Hassel. This time, he was nearly brought down in the backfield, but finds a way to struggle to midfield. Some good elusiveness from Elijah Juan Hassel. You see him checking out of the ballgame now as Cushingberry gets an opportunity on the field. Time ticking away in regulation. The Giants down by 1 after leading for the majority of this game. This time it's to Cushingberry. Pushes it across
Ball down
midfield,
the ground.
and the ball is stripped.
Ball down.
Recovered.
The Pike Red Devils may have recovered. The officials signal it. The Pike defense has done their job. And here comes the red-hot Pike offense.
Antonio White, after being called for penalty after penalty, recovers the fumble. But officials are still meeting at midfield.
That ball's out. That ball is out. It's on the ground, and it's picked up.
Well,
but
the officials are going to say that Cushingberry was down by contact. Oh, man.
No, he was down because he'd been contacted after the ball was out of his hands. That was a fumble.
Wow, what unbelievable swing there. Just when Pike had a moment.
He never got to the turf before the ball left.
All right, we're going to jump out of that, and remember, that is our MIC Network game of the week, so you can watch that in its entirety on IndyStar.com to catch all of the action in that tight matchup, 27-28. But wanted to hop out and give you some more highlights from around the area.
Sure thing. Here's Westfield again. They're beating Zionsville. A long touchdown run. Micah Hauser, not touched yet. That's not a good sign if you're a defensive player. Still not touched. Touchdown. He's amped. Nice bounce house in the background. That looks like fun. That looks like fun. He actually bounced to the outside on that scoring touchdown. You like that? Here's the Avon touchdown pass. Henry Hessen to Gall. Hessen to Gall. Touchdown. Avon, the top-ranked Orioles, remain undefeated, and they will remain the top-ranked team. I have a feeling they won't drop in the polls.
Yeah, Avon's looked great all season.
They have.
Absolutely. And we actually want to thank you for spending your Friday night with us live here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, brought to you by Bath Experts. A big shout out to everyone, both in the field and here in the studio in the IndyStar newsroom, for helping making this possible. And I always, as usual, want to take a time to shout out all of our network partners who are doing the same thing we're trying to do, bringing you these streams, supporting our student athletes, and bringing you this red zone action like no other show can.
That'll be Indiana SRN, the IHSAA Champions Network, MHS Rewind, the CG Gridiron Network, Hamilton County TV, WHMB TV 40. There's so many.
Of course, MIC Network, Southeastern Sports Network.
Southeastern Sports Network, the kids over at HSC. And again, remember, that Pike Ben Davis game, it is a tight one right now. You can watch it in its entirety on IndyStar.com. We don't need to hold your hand through it. Go there, watch it right now.
Absolutely.
And we're going to start our weekend. Actually, I got to work all weekend.
Well, I don't. So don't forget to join us here same time next week, 7 p.m. on Friday nights. And remember, use the hashtag IndyStarFNL to share all of your thoughts, either from the game, from your couch, from your bathroom, wherever you might be watching it, because you have a screen. As you like to say, we can be seen. So for Mac Linesk, I'm Justin Mack.
That's not how it goes.
If you have a screen, we can be seen.
Yeah, you added a few syllables. It doesn't matter. Don't take us in the bathroom, though.
Have a great night, everyone.